think Ethan gets to choose whether we have the Paper Mario music.
We're live, we're regardless.
Big bonkus.
Yes, baby.
If you refresh your page, it should be fixed by now. I reloaded it through my computer instead.
We are live.
Sure ain't, but I appreciate you trying. It's something on my end.
It's not?
Like,
Okay.
all right.
There's a lot of background noise, by the way.
I'm sorry! Hold on.
I love that I can tell she said shut the fuck up just by reading her lips.
You enunciated it very well.
Yep.
Alright, let me know if there's any additional issues.
Kyle. Literally, two of us were able to read what you said off your
I
lips,
could tell as
Phoebe.
well.
I think
I'm
everyone.
sure. I mean, I was yelling it, so.
Make the big movements.
I believe Ethan has the floor.
Yes.
So, to start off, welcome to the trading town of Thalorn in the Forgotten Realms. A bustling town with plenty to sell, plenty to buy, and a lot of people that you would expect in such a town. Some just passing through, some here on business, and some people just live here and put up with everyone else passing through. We are going to begin. Apologies, I thought I heard my mother calling me. We're going to begin inside the Siren's Call, the smaller of the two taverns in town, frequented mostly by sailors, and not really touched by most tourists or merchants, as, you know, why bother when you can stay in the bigger one? Cedric.
Yes.
You have found yourself a seat off in the corner, as you typically do the few times you find yourself in the main room, for some form of nourishment, trying to keep your head down.
That is actually exactly what I was going to... Yes, that is very accurate. I am off in the corner. Any who would be looking in that direction for whatever reason would see an unassuming individual with sort of messy black hair, looks like he just got out of bed. Kind of a 5 o'clock shadow going on. And he is trying to keep his head down. And if you were to look closely, you might see that every once and again he looks up, scribbles in a notebook, and goes back to whatever he was doing.
As you're looking around the bar, you do notice 3 guys you haven't seen before. Sitting at a table, they're a little rowdier than pretty much everyone else in the room. There's one big guy with a giant X scar across his cheek, and the other 2 guys, fairly unassuming. Looks like a human, a half-elf, and possibly another human. The last guy's got a hood up. By the rough silhouette you catch from brief glimpses, seems human. And what catches you about them is they've just got this crate sitting on the table. Maybe about the size of an ammo box, if you've ever seen one of those.
Right, okay.
And it's just sitting on the table under the big guy's arms. And they're going about their time, and one catches you glancing over and just kind of squints.
I'll immediately sort of notebook down, head down, sort of have like a hood that I'm not here.
And he'll turn his attention away after keeping his eye on you for a moment.
Alright.
Maybe another minute passes, and the door opens up, and in walks a very tall figure, and a type of person you don't see much of. There's a Leonin entering the tavern. Long sword. Looks like she's here on business. Edma, the floor is yours.
Yeah, she's a fairly tall lady who looks well built. She holds herself high, and she sees a shifty figure sitting in the corner with his hood up, looking away from anyone, and approaches him. Hello there.
General Kenobi?
I know that.
I'm not sure you have the right table. what brings you?
You look like you've seen a lot. You've seen another Leonin.
Another. I can't say I have. You're the first. I honestly don't think I've ever seen.
Searching for someone named Domu. Sound familiar at all?
I can't say it does, friend. I apologize, but I will make a note of it, and I'll keep an eye out for others like you. Let's sort of attempt a half-hearted smile.
Okay. What else is in this tavern?
So there's obviously the bar with the barkeep, do I even put it nicely? A fairly weathered dwarf. His hair is completely buzzed. So is his beard. Face is kind of wrinkly. He's got a little bit of resting bitch face. There's a couple other people scattered throughout the bar. Most of them, by their outfits and not water, but weathered nature of them, you would guess sailors. And then you also can see the 3 slightly rowdier guys at the one table.
I'm gonna approach the barkeeper then.
He'll look up at you.
What have you guys got? Anything you recommend?
We've got water, ale, mead, and rum.
Alright. I have a couple questions. Do you mind answering them?
Depends on what you're about to ask.
Have you seen anyone like me before? Searching for someone.
I've seen a few Leonin in my time, not many. You're gonna have to be a bit more specific.
Looking specifically for a man named Domo. He's about a head taller than me and about black fur.
Can't say I've seen a man like that. I have heard mild rumors from some of the younger boys out there that there has been a black-coated cat the size of a building causing absolute mayhem wherever he goes.
That rings about right. Could you point me in the direction of these boys?
Oh, they're not here. They shipped back out yesterday, unfortunately. I think they said they saw him on a trip up north.
Seems like I won't be able to do much else here. I'll get a cup of mead.
Alright. And he'll take out a bottle, knock it open, and while he's pouring, I'll let them know you're looking for them if they come back.
Thanks.
I'll approach the bar, sort of hesitantly, and I'll sort of say to Edma, apologies if I was a little short back there. Are you new in town?
I'm new everywhere I go. I've been traveling a while.
All right. That's fine then. If you don't mind, I'll take a seat next to her and order a drink. I'll be honest. I haven't been to many places, so I'd be happy to hear some stories if you wouldn't mind sharing.
Not much for the talking type.
Fair enough. I think. Yeah, fair enough. I'm just sort of sit in silence.
What have you seen around here?
Oh, not much. Fairly normal town. Maybe some things going on in the shadows, but what place doesn't have that?
Yeah, sounds about right. Edna's just gonna flag her cup back and ask for more.
I'll pour you another drink and say, "Oh, I guess you really are something special there, miss. I've barely gotten 5 words out of that one."
Not every day you see he just sort of looks her up and down.
You're not wrong on that front.
I am also sort of out of the corner of my eye trying to keep an eye on the 3 fellows with the crate. Trying to be a little surreptitious about it if possible.
The dwarf's gonna lean in a bit as he's pouring another drink for Edma. If you're wondering about those 3, I don't know who they are. Blew into town just a few days ago. Seems they're trying to sell something, but I couldn't tell you what. So far, they haven't been trouble. But I don't like that big guy with the scar. He's, I'll call it a sailor's intuition, but that's the kind of guy who will absolutely stab you for a gold.
If they give you any trouble, do let me know.
Certainly, though. You'll find it's a terrible idea to try to start a bar fight with a bunch of sailors around. They're used to confrontation.
Won't matter.
I'll certainly not say no to the help. The less damage around here, the better. And we are going to briefly leave the Siren's Call. To visit the larger of the 2 inns, the Endless Chalice. Bustling, rowdy, and more extravagant. There's always a full house, there's always somebody playing some music, and there's always plenty of drinks going around.
How do you avoid the meat of the tavern cliche? You meet at 2 taverns.
Technically, you all did that.
Fair.
Whoops.
Come on, taverns are good places to start.
Oh, sure.
Not for everyone, but
I mean, it just kind of makes sense that people congregate.
yeah,
It's a cliche for a reason.
exactly. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche with a good use. Clementi, you have brought your supplies in. You had a small order of plums to the Endless Chalice. They ran a bit low, so they asked you if they could get a small boost in extra shipment, which, of course, you have already been compensated for.
How much gold?
We'll get to that.
That's fine.
You go in, you know your way around. However, there is, and as you're approaching the bar where you find Kiln, the female tiefling barkeep, who doesn't own the place, but is always the one taking the orders off your hands and paying you. And as far as you've seen, is one of only like 2 workers here. As far as you've ever seen when you're making your runs.
Odd.
She'll look over with a big grin. Oh, Clem, thank the Lord. Do you have them?
Yes, of course I do.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
I brought the Carteran back.
Oh, that's perfectly
Should I unload
fine.
it?
You know, if you wouldn't mind, I have my hands a little bit full. We've got another packed house, and everyone wants their drinks when they want them.
That's fair. Back in the storeroom like last time.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
Very good. and I'll head back to the back of the building, pat my donkey on the cheek, and start unloading boxes into the storeroom.
And once you're done, you come back in just to let Clem know, hey, it's all stored, and collect your pay. There's a particularly rowdy customer in the tavern tonight. There's a fairly tall woman with her hair draped off to one side, covering her eye, who just seems to be having a damn ball, and apparently is trying to get everyone else in on it. That's the only reason she's this loud.
I'm gonna stand around back and just kind of wait and see what happens.
No.
Well, Zeshi, what are you up to?
So there I was. There was after everything fell, one guy was dead 20 feet away, fried to a crisp, and this other rodent and his buddy just comes charging up to me with a dagger. Like, what is he gonna do? So I just smack his dagger away, take out my own, and stab him in the neck. Like, I'm a sorcerer. Just because I'm a sorcerer doesn't mean I don't know how to fight.
Which gets a couple of whoops and claps from the surrounding crowd. Including one person just yelling from the back, yeah, give him a stab!
Some guy way in the back, grab a stick and twist it! Where's the stick? Twist that dick!
Do the motion, Ethan! Do it! Do the motion, Ethan! It's only when Ethan does it.
The old dick twist!
There it is.
There we go. Gotta really throw the shoulder into it.
Yeah, he did the whole.
Yeah.
Wind up, release. Follow through, release.
Yeah, Zeshi's just finishing up a story of, what's that? What?
Sorry, you go ahead.
So Zeshi's just finishing up a story of that she found comical of how she outrogued a rogue as a sorcerer.
I'm going to lean over to Kill and be like, is this your normal customers?
No, she's been in town only about 2 days, and she's been like this both nights. I've had Rowdy, and this isn't uncontainable. She's not causing trouble, but she's a
quite
new
loud.
level. Oh, yes, very loud. Good thing I am perfectly used to it.
Would you mind if I brought you earmuffs next time, just in case, you want to protect your drums from bleeding? This seems like a lot.
I wouldn't say no, if I'm being honest. But like I
might
said,
have a cotton crop coming.
Ooh. Wait, do you sew?
Not very well, but, my assistant does, I believe. She's fixed up some things for me.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I think I heard about. And at this point, as she's talking, she's got like a couple plates she'd picked up, and there's a knife she's just kind of flicking back and forth. Now, how is your assistant doing?
She's fine. She got a bit of hay fever the last season, and she's still recovering a bit from that, so she tends to stay inside pretty often, but...
Good call. You don't want to go spreading that around, and as she's talking, it just kind of slips out of her hand and falls. And you hear just a thunk as it is now sticking out of her shoe, but it doesn't sound like... It's not like a squish, it's literally a dunk. And she just looks down. Whoops.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. Did I never tell you?
Never tell me what.
Oh, yeah, she sets the things down. She lifts her leg up. She's still standing by her, just pulls her leg up, pulls the knife out, and just carefully does the shoe and pulls it off. And there's just a wooden foot hanging there. And she's like, yeah, no, this is fake. I got a wooden foot.
That's fascinating. How'd you lose it, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, yeah, are you kidding me? I love stories, including my own. So, fun fact, I actually didn't want to be a barkeep. I wanted to be an adventurer. Unfortunately, the group I was in was a bit, myself included, we were a bit excitable and got a little over our heads. Long story short, I threw a kick at a Masticore, and the kick landed in its mouth and just motions to her foot. So I kind of stopped doing that, and this pays the bills.
That's fair enough. There's nothing wrong with running a shop.
Oh, I don't run the place. No. I suppose I technically do. I don't own the place. I
Who does?
manage.
I've only ever seen two of you here.
Mr. Braun. He's not here often is the thing. He's on vacation a lot, or he's negotiating deals in other towns to
Sounds
get
shady
supplies
to
in.
me. I mean, I know I travel from town to town occasionally, but he runs a bar.
Yeah, he's nice. Does well, but we actually don't operate on very large margins, so he kind of, especially given the size of the place, so he's kind of our main, if I'm being honest, he's sometimes a bigger cash flow than the customers.
Yikes.
Yeah, but I mean, it keeps the place up and running and it keeps everyone happy, so, that's good. Oh, I should put that back on, and she'll put her shoe on and tie it again. Almost forgot about that.
I'll stop distracting you from your job. You look quite busy.
We are. That girl's stories alone have sold like an additional 15 drinks minimum.
Speaking of drinks, do you have any tea that I can partake of? I want to take a seat and go over my contracts for a moment.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let me.
She just kind of points to like an empty table over in the back, and like, I'll just rest back there for a bit.
Help yourself. You're gonna love. I got some tea imported from some smaller business. I think it's gonna work out pretty nicely.
You got a clingy baby. Come here. Come on.
Is it an actual baby or is it the mint lord?
It's the baby.
Yep, mint lord.
It's the sick baby. We're doing good.
Give him mint. That'll solve it. He thinks it will.
Mint compress.
He's never just cuddly. He's like, Mommy, love me. I feel so sick. Okay, go on. Free you.
Alright. It takes about a minute after you sat down, Clem, but only about a minute before Kiln's already back with setting your cup of tea down.
Did you already have the pot of water boiling? My goodness, that was quick.
Oh, yeah, no, we've got the water going for a few things. Mostly tea, but, just in case.
Now the actual baby has joined us. Come here. Oh, did you?
If I'm being honest, you might want to listen in on a few of this woman's tales. Like, she's loud, but it's entertaining stuff. I like these stories. I could stand her sticking around some more.
That sounds like a good idea. Might be calming.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Anyway.
you've been doing a lot of business going around.
I've got a couple contracts to finish up here before I leave.
Oh, no kidding. Who with? And at that point, you can hear from a door slightly opening behind the bar. Kiln, no, please, no, we don't have time for you to get into deep conversation. Right. Sorry, I'll have to ask some other time.
It's fair enough.
And
I'll
she'll
come by
run.
before I leave town.
I appreciate it. And she'll scamper off to keep serving the drinks that have just been once again ordered by the crowd of people listening to a lot of stories about sorcerers doing rogue things.
I got another story.
What a strange creature.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Tyler, what race is your character again?
Human.
Human, okay.
And we are going to take that opportunity to bounce over to a clothing stall where a now very tired human shopkeep is just staring down at this bird like, okay, let me get this straight. You're here for a belt.
Okay. What's shopkeep? Not keep. Okay. Hey, shopkeep. Hold on. I discuss with my friend. Give me a second. He'll turn around, reach out from his back, pull out a doll made of twigs and sticks. Okay, Stick. Shopkeep not understand what we want. What we tell Shopkeep. Davi, you must follow your heart. You must tell Shopkeep. Look them deep in the eyes. Tell them you want build of giant strength. Yes, that's good, Stick. You always know what to do. Turns back around. Okay. Davi know what Davi need to say. Davi would like build. Big build. Build that make Davi strong. Strong enough to pick up a giant. Get one. You have this, yes?
You want a belt that will allow you to pick up a giant.
Yes, that is what Davi wants. Davi feels like you do not understand what Davi wants.
I'm starting to think I do, and I'm kind of wishing I didn't. You're asking me if I have a belt. Me, a pretty regular leather worker. You can see everything here, boots, gloves, belts.
But
if I have a belt of storm giant strength.
Yes, that would be the one. You sell the belt, yes. So all you have to do is put the magic in the belt.
Oh boy. Okay, kid. That is not how that works. First off, I don't know a single person powerful enough to enchant such a thing. Second, a belt of storm giant strength is extremely rare. I've never even seen one in my life. Neither has my father, neither did my grandfather. And we're all leather workers.
You don't suppose you could ask your grandfather to train to put the magic in the belt?
We're leather workers, not wizards.
You think that you could train to become wizard to put the magic in the belt?
Sure, let me just drop everything about my business. Travel, let's see. 3 months away to the nearest mage college and just take on the massive expense of training to become a wizard, which will likely take at least 5 years, probably more, because, I'm not the young guy I used to be. And just learn magic, and at which point I will need to get so good with maybe 30 more years of practice, and then maybe I could enchant the belt. Sounds like a great idea.
And you could do this for Davi.
Tell you what. If you've got $1 million platinum, deal.
Okay, you stay right here. Okay, don't leave, don't go anywhere. Davi will be back with that thing that you just said. Davi, go find it. All of it. Don't fear, Belt Man. Davi will make you strong with magic. And then your life will be, how do you say, good. It will be good. Davi will help you. Davi think you have much potential. One more question Davi must ask.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Where can Davi find 1 million platinum?
Well, I really think that a guy who wants to pick up an entire giant, you're gonna have to be a pretty weathered adventurer, and weathered adventurers know how to find money.
How does Davi become this?
I don't know. Go out, do some jobs, kill some monsters.
What's his job?
Okay, a job is when somebody pays you to do something.
What is pay?
Giving you money.
What is money?
The thing that we exchange in order to get goods and services.
Oh, Davi understand. He's gonna reach into his deer hides and pull out acorns and put them down on his counter. Okay, Davi would like the belt now.
I'm impressed at the patience of this shopkeeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you raised by squirrels?
No, I was raised by Yargoth. Yargoth, the mountain.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, the mint cat.
You have summoned him.
Davi was raised. Cat. Davi was raised by Yargoth of the mountaintop. A big giant. Very tall, like 20 of you. Sticks. Oh, hi. Very nice.
You were raised by a giant on a mountaintop.
Yes, Davi was. How do you know this?
You just told me.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, God, I'm wishing this church so I could send you to a priest. Good God.
What is priest?
Why don't you get working on finding that million platinum?
Yes, Davi will find this so you can become wizard to put magic in the belt. Okay, where should Davi go from that?
Check the tavern. They've always got jobs.
Oh, where is tavern?
Broke it.
That big building just down this road.
Okay, Davi have one final question. What is tavern?
Okay, a tavern is a building much like that one where people go to eat food and have drinks.
Oh, Davi understand.
For money, you have to pay for it. Not with acorns.
That is all Davi has.
Well, information is free.
So, could Davi exchange acorn for this money?
Sure. I'm sure some drunken idiot and they'll give you money for acorns. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Can you give me money for acorn?
I have no use for acorns.
Davi, sorry. Davi understand. Acorn not for everyone. Okay. Davi will go now. Thank you. Davi, thank you. And if Davi ever see you again, he'll definitely put in good word at wizard school for you. What is your name?
Name is Clarence.
Okay, Clarence. I will find best wizard to train you once I figure out where to find wizard. But don't you worry, 1 million platinum will come your way in an amount of time. Okay, bye, Clarence.
I feel so bad for this shopkeeper. It's like every retail job has that one customer.
I knew I should have gone to college.
And Davi is going to go to the tavern that he pointed at.
So you march your way down the road to the large tavern, otherwise known as the Endless Chalice. Clem, you're quietly sitting, you're sipping your tea, going over your contracts. You've got Zeshi, of course. Just, good lord, this woman does not run out of stories.
Yeah, I've been
Good
like half listening to them.
Lord.
Occasionally I'll like stop and just completely focus on this wild woman and then go back.
And the door just suddenly flings open. A lot of people go a bit quiet because it was flung kind of forcefully, and then look over and they're like, did a gust of wind blow the door open?
From 3 foot 5 inches on the floor, you hear a very loud, almost sounds like a giant. Excuse me.
And we're going to take the opportunity to hop back to the Siren's Call with that one. Edma, you and Cedric have been having your drinks, doing a little bit of small talk, and you both noticed the 3 guys behind you have gotten up and they've picked up the box and they take a brief look around before heading out.
Say, you interested in what's in that box?
Well, more interested in anything else going on around here. Something to do.
Let's follow them.
Sounds like a plan. I'll throw my hood up. Just follow Edma out of the tavern.
Alright, the 2 of you leave the tavern, and the Siren's Call is a little off the beaten path. Not like excessively, but it's a little further from the center of town, where these guys are currently walking towards. Are you tailing them at a distance?
At a fair distance.
I'd like to try and be stealthy about it, and I'll try to impress the same thing upon my companion.
Fair enough. If either of you would like to roll stealth, go ahead.
I will certainly try. I just realized my dice are across the room.
I just have to decide whether I think my armor is on. I definitely have.
You're gonna get got.
I don't know if I would have put it on. God.
I just died.
Right, one moment.
Yeah, I don't think I would have my armor on right now, so I will. This would be a normal roll, especially if I'm trying to keep a low profile. Oh wow! Great start to the campaign.
Let's hear it.
Disadvantage?
I got a nat 20 for a total of 22.
Holy shit!
Well, that's nice. 6.
All right, Cedric, you've got your head down. You're stepping good pace. Your new associate is her armor's clattering a bit. She's walking up straight very much, and she seems to be prioritizing form over function at the moment. At least in her walking.
You do not do this often, do you?
I have no need for hiding.
Okay, well, I'll just try to correct it as much as I can as we're going.
Alright. You follow these guys up into town square, near the fountain and some of the stalls, and they dip into one of the into just part of the crowd. As most people are going about their day, trying to get their shopping done, trying to get their flowers, their armor, some food. And as you're trying to keep an eye on them, both of you hear like an electrical crackling from the fountain.
Fountain. May I investigate?
Sure, I'm not even going to make you roll. You turn, and there's some sort of purple electricity starting to crackle down the fountain's form.
Have you seen many fountains do that?
I've not seen any fountains do that. Is that not normal?
I
I don't know what normal is
I
here.
honestly could not tell you.
And more of it arises, and the fountain starts shaking on its foundation just a bit.
I'm going to suggest we back up a bit. I don't...
Edma's gonna back away from the fountain a bit, but she's still trying to keep an eye on the guys that were wandering off. Can she still see them?
Yeah, the two guys are a little harder to see, but the third guy with the scar, he's a bit on the tall end, so he's poking up through the crowd. They don't seem to be paying any mind to the fountain whatsoever. Like, it hasn't even caught their attention. While everyone else is kind of like you guys, looking over like and whispering to each other, like, what's that?
They're rather suspicious. I'm going to check them out. If you're gonna come with, I recommend staying close.
Yeah, that sounds... Is the fountain situation getting, like, more intense still?
Yeah, it's starting to rock back and forth more, and the electricity is growing a bit stronger. Over in the Endless Chalice... Sorry to cut away so suddenly. But, Davi, right after your hello there, right as you go to speak, everyone... All the normal patrons in the tavern have started just gathering near the windows after you've taken their attention. You see a bunch of them just like looking past you, looking over you, and just like, what the?
No, Davi is not by window. Davi is on here, over here. No, what
is going on?
This is not going as Davi. Hold on. What? He's just like they're not even. One moment, please. He's gonna turn, pull out his stick doll. Okay, stick. We did not say the right words. What do we do? Davi, you must follow your heart. You must get their attention in the only way that you know how. But what is the way that Davi know how? It's a good question, Davi. But Stickboard thinks you have the answer. Oh, I see. I see what you say, Stickboard. Good idea. You always know best. He's gonna put the doll back. And he's going to walk over to the people at the windows. Do any of you happen to have 1 million platinum?
What? No, get out of here. What? Why do you sound so... I don't want to know. No, I don't. Shoot.
This is not good.
Am I by any windows?
He's gonna start looking... Okay.
You're a little further over, but you can see part of the window, and the door's still hanging open from when Davi just burst in.
He's just gonna start...
I'm gonna get up and look out the door, like, be partially in the doorway.
Okay, Zeshi.
People are paying less attention to Zeshi's stories.
Yeah, Zeshi, a lot of your listeners have actually moved over to the windows.
Yeah,
How do you respond?
Zeshi's like, after noticing everyone's like looking out the window, she's gonna be curious and get up and walk over and look out herself.
Now, the thing about the Endless Chalice is it's actually just down the road from Town Square. Looking straight at the door, you can both see the fountain, and you both see what the others saw. And the fountain has this purple lightning crackling about, and it's starting to shake. It's been shaking.
Davi is going to make his way towards the door, and he's gonna see Zeshi and Clem and look at them both and say, "Hey, excuse me, do either of you happen to have 1 million platinum?"
I wish.
Davi wish to.
Sorry, little one.
Don't we all,
That's
buddy?
not exactly something easily come by. I don't think that's quite important, though.
But how is Davi
and I'm
going?
gonna start walking down towards the fountain.
But how is Davi going to send Beltman to wizard school?
She's gonna look at him just like, I don't even know what to say to that. Come on, let's check this out.
Are you just gonna grab him?
No, I'm not gonna grab him. I'm just gonna point him over to the light show.
Davi does not know if Davi should follow. Stickwood, what should Davi do? Well, remember, Yargov say you should always protect a woman in danger. And he's gonna sit there and he's gonna look at Zeshi. That woman does look like she does put herself in danger. Okay, Stickwood, we protect her.
Can I get a perception check to see if I heard that?
Go for it.
I'm assuming an 18 plus whatever I have works. 19.
Yeah, you're kind of just starting to march, and you hear that, and you're like, is he talking to himself?
But, I was thinking, is he talking to himself? But when she hears that that woman looks like she puts herself in danger a lot, she just laughs and tosses over her shoulder. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, she also have good hearing too. Alright. And Davi's just gonna reach behind his back and pull out a very long piece of wood with a really shitty stone axe head in it. Just, alright. This will do. And he's gonna follow.
And as the three of you are walking down, it shakes a lot more, and Edma and Cedric, I'm gonna say Cedric, Edma is currently paying a little more attention to the big guy, who you can still see. Cedric, you notice the fountain, all the little fish in that spiral going up have stopped spitting out water. And for a second, the shaking stops, the electricity continues, and these little blue bolts start firing out, almost acting like water, and splashing onto the ground. And most of them are doing nothing. Of course, people are freaking out. They're like, what the fuck is happening? And they all start backing up and making a gap around. And 4 of them that land hit the ground, and instead of doing nothing, spring up into these small imp-like forms. One looks like it's made of ice, another kind of muddy, and 2 look like they're made of pure steam.
Question, DM. Have I heard the rumors of what's generally been going on in the world? Not necessarily here, but just
You've been hanging around here long enough. You've heard a couple of people talk about it. Clem, you've also, in your travels, you've come across a few people talking about it, like current events. Edmaria's only heard a thing or two. Zeshi's been a little preoccupied telling her stories, but
okay.
maybe heard something. Davi, you've got no.
Dobby don't know shit.
I'm suddenly very focused on what's happening.
Dobby is going to go up to the forms, the things that have come out of the fountain. He's gonna
And they're just flying, like hovering maybe 5 feet off the air.
He's gonna stand below them and just say, "Excuse me, do you have 1 million platinum?"
And one is just gonna look down at you and just in a little chittery voice say something that... Does anyone here speak Primordial?
Nope.
No.
I remember considering it. Hold on. No.
So none of you understand, and it's basically just... Could you all roll me some initiative?
Sure.
First initiative roll. Said my armor was off. Oh shit. I'm keeping this die.
16.
Did I roll another 20?
19.
Almost. I rolled
What?
I rolled a 19.
Damn. That's still good. Using the honey. 17. Unnatural 20.
Gee. 19.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go down the line here from my point of view. Tyler, what'd you get?
16.
16. Okay. RJ?
23.
23. Phoebe?
20.
20. Quinlan?
19.
19. Okay. Had a brief blip there. And Matt?
19.
19. Alright, so adding that all together...
Yeah.
That is some good initiative, my guys.
Hell yeah.
That is some very good initiative.
I'm going to say that my character is last just because she's taking off her dress. Oh yeah, I never actually explained what Zeshi looks like.
Oh yeah. We had like the hair off to one side from Ethan, but I think that was about it.
Yeah, I tried to just keep it short and leave the rest to him. You can fill everyone in if you like. I'm still just making notes of the initiative order.
Okay, yeah. She has deep green hair that, she has brushed off to her right. If you saw her profile pic, it looks exactly like that. Just a deep green.
I could probably describe mine a little better in color.
What? Yeah.
Go for it.
But,
Hold on.
this is the green I found, by the way. But she's wearing... Are you going...
She's wearing...
Oh, nice.
What?
She's wearing what?
She's wearing, like a sleeveless dress. But as soon as initiative starts and, combat starts, she immediately, unshoulders the dress and it falls to the ground. And you see underneath she's wearing a tight shirt and just beat the crap ripped pants.
It was a ruse.
It was a ruse. Yeah, and she also on her on top of the tight shirt, you see the 2 daggers that she was talking about in the stories earlier are strapped to the shirt.
Where's the full picture? Hold on.
Public mode? Light mode.
And the moment the dress hits the ground, she steps out of it and she casts the cantrip Gust and then just sends the dress away to a safe place so it doesn't get damaged.
That's fun. I'll wait until after, if you're ready for combat.
Then we're good to go. Dobby, you're up first.
So these haven't done anything yet.
No, they have come into existence, and at the moment they're just kind of flying around.
Okay.
They look like they're taking in the surroundings.
Dobby's gonna sit there, look at them, kind of squint, and he's gonna walk up to the fountain, and he's gonna look in the fountain.
There is a pool of water within.
Okay, so nothing about that. And then he's just gonna sit there suspiciously, like, oh. And he's just gonna, I'm gonna ready an action. He's just gonna sit there with his great axe.
And what do you want to ready?
Just attack.
Okay, and what's the trigger?
If those things start attacking or start attacking me, that's what the trigger's gonna be.
Okay. Okay, if one of them attacks you, you're gonna swing back. Gotcha. Clem, you're up.
Ooh, fuck, okay. How close am I to any of these?
You can get there with your movement. You're about 15 feet away from the closest one, a little ice guy.
Okay.
I should mention these things are small, maybe a foot tall.
I'm just gonna pull my scimitar and smack.
Go for it. Give me an attack roll.
Well, slash rather. Sorry, I moved everything, so I'm all lost. That is a 13 to hit?
That hits. Give me damage.
Fuck yeah. Eight damage.
Alright, you take a slice out of this thing and you knock its leg off, which falls to the ground and shatters.
Odd. Not creatures I'm used to. Let me see if I have any bonus actions and then I'll leave you alone. Nope, just healing. Okay,
Alright.
we're good.
You're good? Alright, then we move to Cedric.
Okay, so the satyr has engaged.
The satyr has indeed engaged.
Yes, a satyr comes into your view with a scimitar and just knocks off one of the legs of the little ice guy.
I'll pull out my pike, I suppose. And there's 4 of them, yeah?
Currently 4 of them, yeah.
Yeah. Do they look hostile at all? I mean, they've been attacked at this point.
Yeah, you would say these appear hostile.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go in and just sort of keeping my hood up as best I can, but I'll try and follow up with my pike on the one that was just that the satyr. I saw the satyr attack.
Yes.
Alright, go for it. Give me an attack roll.
Come here. Come here.
That'll be an 18, boss.
That's gonna hit. Give me damage.
Alrighty. Where's the D10? There you are. Table. Okay, that'll be 8 piercing damage.
Alright, so you lunge forward with your pike and you jam it into this thing's chest. You get it skewered on the end of your pike. And with little more than a little meat, it bursts into a shatter of ice, and I would need you and Clem to make me a dex save.
Oh shit. Alright, hold on. Alright, sniff it for good luck. Thank you.
I got an 11, by the way.
11.
19.
19. Alright, you're both gonna take 1 slashing damage. I had to read that like 3 times for some reason. You're both gonna take 1 slashing damage as little ice shards come and Cedric, it nicks one of your fingers and Clem gets a slight nick on the cheek from these ice shards blasting out.
Oh.
You alright there?
Anything else for your turn, Quinlan?
Y'all just to the satyrs. You alright?
I'll be fine.
Alright. Edma, it's up over to you. 3 remain. One that looks like it's made of mud, and other 2 looking like pure steam.
The guys that I was tailing, can I see where they're heading off towards? I want to just try and clock where I think they're heading before I leave my eyes off them.
Sure. They're currently heading off towards some of the communal farmland. At least in that general direction. You remember seeing that on your way in. You're not sure if they're heading to that specifically or just in that direction into town.
I'll move towards the mud one, and
Alright.
I will slash at it with my longsword.
All right, give me an attack.
I have a quick question. The damage on the sword says 1d8 plus 5, and then underneath that it also says 1d10.
It changes depending whether you're holding it with two hands or holding it with one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you
So if you're dual wielding,
yeah.
you take
If you're
one.
if you're dual wielding or using a shield,
Yep.
Yeah.
you can't two-hand a weapon. But if you have neither of those things, you can choose to two-hand it for more damage.
Well, I'm just going to elect to stay with the d8.
Okay.
Roll the attack first, obviously.
Please do.
That's a mod 20.
That's absolutely gonna hit. Give me that damage.
7 plus 5 is 12.
Well, no kidding. All right. You cleave through this thing and get it almost clean in half. And could you make me a dexterity saving throw as this thing's remaining form bursts into a little mud ball?
5.
5. All right. So, Edma, a lot of this mud just splatters onto you, a little bit on your face and quite a bit on your feet. And you're having a bit of a hard time moving around. You are currently restrained.
Oh. This is a little unpleasant.
So your speed is currently 0. And you
Oh,
can't
that's-
benefit from any bonus to your speed, and there's a few other parts. If it comes up, it comes up.
I think you can see conditions on your. You can actually add conditions to your character, where it says add active conditions, so you can see details.
Oh, perfect. Let me...
Toggle.
Restrained, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're restrained.
And the little drop down and next on the
Yep.
condition tells you what it does.
Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to take?
Well, I don't think I can reach anyone from here. So, no, I don't.
Okay. And we're gonna move on down the line to Zeshi.
That she's going to see like both these other sprites explode, and just with a smile on her face, just say to herself, "Yeah, I'm going to avoid that." Just back up a little bit, and she's going to cast. Yeah, I don't think I'm. Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I was gonna do a crossbow, but I'm not gonna do a crossbow on Steam. So I'm gonna do Ray of Frost.
All right, give me the attack roll.
Not Ray of Frost, Frostbite. My bad.
Oh, okay.
That's a dex save.
A
Con-
dexterity, a con save?
Con save. My bad. My bad. Con save. Yeah.
All right, what's my target here?
14.
All right. A 3 is not a 14, so go ahead and roll damage.
That is not a 14. He only takes 3 damage.
All right, you managed to freeze over a little part of him, but only a little bit. Some ice starts to form and cuts off some of the steam coming out, but only a bit.
All right. It also has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
All right, I will make a note of that. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. That's all I can do.
All right. Well, let's see. That one is just about near. Is near Edma currently, so it's gonna fly over and try to take an attack. Now it has disadvantage from the cold, however it has advantage from the restraint, so it gets a straight roll.
Yes.
Were you saying something, Matt?
I was just gonna say that it's gonna have advantage.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
frostbite
thing
cancels that out. So, all right, just a straight roll. Let's see how it does. Not well. Yep, I don't even have to ask. A 6 is not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, that's off by about 12.
Yeah. The other one is currently over near the duo, so it's gonna fly in and it's gonna take a. Actually, it's gonna fly over to you two, Cedric and Clem, and it's gonna jabber something in a language you don't understand, and then its head is just gonna cock back and it's just gonna blow this cone of steam at you two. Could I give the dexterity saving throw?
Another one! And I don't have any cats to bless it this time, so I'm just gonna have to.
Oh, not happening. That is a 5.
I rolled a natural 19, so 22.
Holy shit.
I get a +3.
Okay, well,
Those
somebody's dice like you today. You're both taking 1.
Okay.
You're both taking
Again.
1 fire damage.
I'll sort of cough.
Yeah,
I'll do the same. I'll just be like.
Yeah, it gets to you, and it's more warm steam than hot. You thought it'd be a lot hotter than that.
Just a bit of an inconvenience, these little things, aren't they?
Yeah.
And after that, the fountain is going to crackle once more. And it is going to spit out another one of those little blue blobs, which is going to hit the ground and form another one of these little guys. This one looks like it's made of magma.
Well, that might be a problem.
Do they ever stop?
Should one of us perhaps destroy the fountain?
I don't know if it's the fountain's fault or some room inside of it.
I'll confess to not
All
being
right.
an expert on these
Dobby
matters.
does not know what is going on.
Like the little ones, little one.
Well, that might be some solid advice. Davi, it's your turn.
So the magma guy, he appeared right in front of me,
Right next to you,
right
yeah.
next to me. So Davi's gonna hear Clem say strike them and go, Davi's gonna go, oh, okay, Davi understand. And he's going to take his great axe and he's gonna try and splat this magma guy.
By all means, give me an attack roll.
What'd you
Let's
get?
fucking go. Nat 20.
Holy
All right.
shit!
Double the number of dice.
Nat
something I
29.
That is something I should mention. I do double the dice, not double the roll.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 23.
23? So you quite effectively splat it. You drive your axe into its head, down to the ground. It splats. It splats quite effectively. I need you to give me a dex save.
Okay.
It was born just to die.
Why are we here?
Those little small
Just to
birds
die.
are better at killing these things than we
Mod 20.
Mod 20, he says. Alright, that is pretty good. Let me dig around in here. There we go. I knew I'd pull out the right die eventually. Okay. That's plus that. So you're gonna take a 2 fire damage as some of the magma splats onto your arm.
Davi is toasty.
You're doing great, little one.
You're gonna say that, and his eyes are just gonna like his dark beady eyes are gonna open a little, and you see a glint of light in them.
Alright. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think there's anything else I can't do except rage, but I don't need to rage at the moment.
What are you talking about? These things are terribly scary.
I'm good.
Alright, fair enough.
The types of damage Clem,
Clem,
resist from your
you're up.
Clem.
I'm at
Sorry. Which ones are left?
There's 2 steam ones left. One that has part of its face iced over, and the other who's been untouched. And the one that's untouched just tried to breathe steam on you two, so it's standing right in front. Well,
This-
hovering.
Team one, it's right in front of us.
It's right in front of you.
Okay, then I'm just gonna slap at it with my sword.
Go for it.
See if that'll do anything. My sword. My scimitar.
Take your sword.
That's a natural 18.
That's pretty darn good. That hits, even without mods. Go ahead and give me that damage.
The 6 damage. 6 slashing damage.
All right. You crack this thing across, and you kind of slice off part of the top of its head, which just kind of dissipates into the air. And now it's just missing part of its head, which is just steam all the way through.
Disturbing? I don't know if I like that.
Anything else for your turn?
Anyone need healing?
I think we've all lost like 1 or 2 HP.
Yeah, precisely. You need all the healing, Phoebe. You took a whole 1 damage.
No, I took 2.
I have
Sorry,
not taken
I
I'm
any
at 9
damage.
HP now.
You took 2 whole damage.
Yeah.
I took 2 whole damage. I'm at 9 HP now.
You, Davi, and Cedric all have taken 2 damage.
Yeah, okay. We're good then. I'm done.
All right. Speaking of Cedric, it's his turn.
Let's go. Okay, so we're down to 1 steam dude.
2 steam dudes. There's the one who just got part of its face chopped off by the satyr next to you, and there's the one over by the big lion woman who very ineffectually flailed, possibly because part of its head is iced over.
I think she can handle herself. I
I think that's a fair assessment.
will try to finish off the one in front of me.
By all means.
Alright, time to switch dice. That is a 10.
A 10?
Why? I was serving you so well.
It was until now.
Give it a chance.
You hit.
I
Just
do?
barely.
Oh, okay. Maybe I won't switch dice yet.
That just gets there.
I'll punish it for 1 bad roll.
Is it even bad if he still hits?
It's not. That's why I'm keeping it. Okay, so that's a 2 on the dice, but because I have Great Weapon Master, I will roll that again. That's better. That is going to be 10 damage.
All right. You jam your pike into this thing, and
Wait, hold on. Does Great... I don't think that's Great Weapon Master, is it?
Great Weapon Fighting.
Got it.
that's what I just kind of auto-corrected in my head.
No, because I was just like, wait, no, that doesn't sound right.
Great Weapon
so-
Master is the one I usually think of.
Cedric, you jam your pike into this thing, and as it pierces the chest, there's a little blip in your head like, wait, I did this before. And just...
Oh, hell.
And you and Clem need to make another dex save.
6.
That's a 16, so it's 18, 19. Again? Is that the 3rd time I've gotten 19 for these rolls?
Hey man, consistency is key.
Hey, Wild Honey, my dude. These dice... Sweet.
And Cedric, what'd you get?
6.
6? All right. So this thing bursts out. Cedric, you find where some of the hotter steam was. Not like terribly painful, but some of it catches you across the eye, and you're going to take 3 fire damage. Clem, you're going to take 1, as basically a little puff kind of catches you across the end of your nose.
I feel like we should stop fighting these things. It's hurting them that hurts us.
She's gonna sneeze and be like, you need to stop doing that, please.
I'm getting that.
All right.
Thank you.
Edma, you are restrained, and the last current member of these little buggers is right next to you with part of his face iced over. What do you want to do?
I suppose you'll be exploding as well. I'm just gonna cleave through it with my sword. Or hopefully I will.
Weak.
Well,
Poisons.
one's a nat 20, the other's a 7. So with the 5, I think that becomes
Oh, yikes.
a 12.
12. It does hit.
Perfect.
Too bad you missed on a nat 20, but hey, you still
It
hit.
happens.
It does, on occasion.
That's 10 damage.
All right, you clock this thing, and you manage to cleave it right in the neck, and its head pops off, and its body also bursts into hot
See,
steam.
how I imagine this going down is, I think you're gonna blow up too, aren't you? Eh. Bam.
Because you're restrained, you do automatically fail strength and dex saves.
Fuck yeah, how much damage am I taking?
6 fire damage as hot steam just pours across your face.
I think technically it's disadvantage on dex saves.
Restrained creature... Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I was reading the wrong line. Go ahead and roll me a dex save at disadvantage.
Yeah,
Thank you, Quinn.
Yeah, I think that's incapacitated. I know what you're thinking. Yeah,
Alright, so that is 14.
paralyzed.
Let me check the DC. Alright, you're taking 3 as the steam rolls across your face.
Alright, I'm just gonna, because I took the 6 of you, I'm just gonna heal 3.
Yeah, just heal 3. Sorry about that.
You're good.
I have a lot of reading material in front of me. Alright, and as that one bursts, the electricity around the fountain starts to die down slowly. And with little spits and spurts, water starts pouring from the fish's mouths once again into the pool.
Well,
That was fun.
Can I move yet
Sure.
when I'm still covered in mud?
I
You
wouldn't say
are,
fun, but
but
strange is definitely the word for it.
you are covered in mud, but it only takes you 2-3 seconds to, now that nothing's going on, to just wedge your feet out from it.
Davi is going to grab a handful of the fountain water and drink it.
Refreshing.
Edma's going to walk past Cedric and just go, "Are you coming? I still need to find those guys."
Oh, right. I'll look around and see if I see Mr. Scarface still.
You don't, actually. Neither of you do.
I'm gonna head in the direction that I saw them last.
Alright. Edma starts walking. What the rest of you do see is, with most people who have backed up and are kind of nervously looking around like, is it over? Are we good? What just happened? There is a halfling standing a little in front of the rest of the crowd, with a little white mouse sitting on her shoulder. And she looks a little nonplussed about the situation. Not at you guys, she's looking at the fountain. Oh dear.
Davi's gonna make his way over to this halfling and look at the mouse.
Oh, by the way, she has an eye patch over her left eye, I should mention.
He's gonna look at the mouse on her shoulder and look at it and go, "Excuse me, do you have 1 million platinum?"
Damara, good to see you. Any idea what that was all about?
Oh god, this is the soap thing all over again, isn't it?
Lem, nice to see you. She's just gonna look at you, Davi, and this is the first person to look you in the face. She's only maybe 2 inches taller than you.
Right.
And she just looks at you, looks at the mouse, and goes, "No, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any platinum."
Oh, that is shame. Do you have 1 million platinum?
Wish.
Many people give that response. Many people wish for million platinum, but nobody have million platinum. But don't worry, Davi will find it eventually. And he's gonna look at Clem and say, "Excuse me, do you do magic?"
Yes, a little bit.
Do you think you can teach man how to put magic in belt?
What kind of magic?
A magic to make you strong.
So, Clem, as you say what kind of magic, a little bit behind you, you just hear a thunk, and you look over your shoulder, and the guy standing at the leather stand just has his head flat on the desk, on the counter.
No, but perhaps we could find a belt.
I need
Or you could find a belt.
I will pay you 1 million platinum to teach Clarence how to put magic in the belt.
I'm going to be honest with you, little one. It'll probably be easier for you to go around and try and look for a belt with strong magic in it
And
instead
you're
of trying to pay
gonna
for one.
Watch as he's like listening to you, and this information is just in one ear, out the other.
You can hear
Let
the
me put
crickets.
it in simple terms. You're never going to find 1 million platinum.
Why?
Do you know how money works, little one?
No, I do not know how this money works.
Okay, so while Clem considers giving an economics lesson to this Kenku, Damara the halfling is going to look over at you, Cedric, and say, "Excuse me, would you mind getting her attention, she's gonna point at Edma, who's still walking down the road.
I'll sort of like hurry up and sort of like hand on shoulder. Someone wants to speak to you back there. We can look for those fellows later on. I think the trail's probably cold at this point.
I hate when that happens. Fine.
Listen, you can follow me around for the day, and if you figure it out, that's great. If you don't, I'll explain it a little better, okay?
So, you can help Davi find the build.
Maybe.
He is going to reach out with his feathery hand and kind of like, not grab yours, but he's going to sit there hovering intensely.
Are you alright, little one?
Hold on 1 minute. He's going to turn around. Okay, Stickler. She can help you find the build, but we don't know how to talk to ladies. You're going to tell us this. Davi, you must be confident. You cannot show weakness. You must tell her directly what you want. Yes, this is good, Stickler. Okay, I do that. Turns back around.
She turns back around. She's trying to hide her laughing because she just watched this whole fucking thing happen.
And he's gonna look at you, just one hand on his side like this. I would like you to help me find the belt.
Okay, little man. I'll try my best.
Oh, good. Davi like you. What is your name? Davi would like to know it.
You can call me Clem.
Oh, Clem. This is good name. Strong name. You must punch boulders with this name.
No. My name is after a very delicate flower. Clematis.
Strong flower. Punch boulders.
Well, you could say over a very long period of time.
Oh, okay. You punch small boulder. Davi
No.
understand.
The plants would be able to grow around the boulder and crush it from within.
Oh, you crush boulder from within.
So I'm
Davi like
I'm
this.
in the middle of this.
I'm sure that made more sense to you, little one. And I'm gonna turn to the mayor.
Did you take on more assistants? Or
I
have
guess
you...
I did. At least temporarily. We'll see how long this lasts.
I didn't know you were... You'll have to forgive me, I'm not sure of a nicer way to say this. I didn't know you were combat capable.
Oh, well, you live alone for the most part in the woods in a greenhouse where there's dead bodies and it gets a little spooky and creatures come along and you have to fight them off sometimes because they just won't leave you alone. It happens.
So she walks up, I'll say she kicked ass.
Also, occasionally there's bandits along the roads that try to mess with me, but usually I ward them off with the corpse smell.
That would do it, yes.
Mess with you. Davi will crush them.
That's a good idea, little one. I appreciate the help.
You hear this coming from a guy who's basically at your knees.
She is saying this like in the sweetest, like most motherly tone ever. Like, yes, of course, child, you can absolutely do that. Doesn't mean she believes you.
So as Cedric and Edmar are coming back, if the five of you wouldn't mind, actually, could I have a word with all of you?
What is this word? What do you
I
want?
suppose I do have some work I need to do, but
Oh,
distractions can wait.
wait, Clem, you know about work? You know where to get to work? Davi need work, so Davi can get the belt.
I believe this person is about to kill us.
Little guy, close the beak for a minute.
Oh, okay. And he's gonna start tying a rope.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well?
that brings back memories.
Quite the crowd.
I dare not ask.
Are these people from around here? Esma's saying that to Cedric.
I have never seen these people in my life.
Got it.
How long have you been in this town? Quinn?
Me? You don't know.
You haven't seen him before, Clem.
No, I haven't seen him before. Okay, he's new. Well, all of them are new, I think, for the most part.
Maybe. You certainly haven't seen them before.
Yeah, you definitely haven't seen me at the nice tavern, that's for sure.
Ain't that the truth?
That's fair.
Actually, that hood looks a little familiar from the one time you dropped off produce last week to the Siren's Call, but
You can't be sure.
Can't be sure. It's kind of a, you know,
I do not.
it's like saying I recommend I know you because of a green shirt. It's like maybe that wasn't you.
Yeah, I don't really stand out. The most notable feature about me is that I look like I haven't gotten a lot of sunlight in a while. My face kind of looks kind of washed out.
She does
the
look
mayor's-
at you occasionally and be like,
The mayor's going to say, thank you, but if you may give me, if you may humor me one more time, perhaps we should talk in less public areas. This doesn't need to rile everyone else up. If you wouldn't mind following me to my office.
fair enough. Let's make it
Sure.
quick.
No
What's
problem.
something interesting is that she will also hold out her arm just in the air randomly, and then in a gust of wind, her dress will fly back into her hand, and she'll put it on.
She kind of leans down to, talk lightly. I do have my contracts to get through still today.
I understand. Hopefully this won't actually take very long.
Understood.
And as you're leaning down, the mouse on her shoulder is going to squeak a bit. She's going to look over, and she's just going to lightly pick it up and say, "I think Blip wants to ride on your shoulder for a bit."
He's more than welcome.
And he's just going to scurry up and just kind of circle around on your shoulder for a bit. He doesn't actually sit down.
Probably a good time to finally describe.
If you would.
Okay. 2 more seconds, I'll post it right here. Oh, that's not the one. This is the one. So Clem is a pretty short, I think she's 5'5". Yeah. Not short, she's average height. Satyr of a blondish color. You notice that she actually, her fur and her hair kind of becomes super ashy white at the tips of her tufts and whatnot, and her short but very fluffy tail. She doesn't wear a whole lot of clothing. She has a leather belt of sorts that covers down to just above her first knees, and then a crop top of sorts. I mean, what? It's blue? It's blue. Just decided that now, it's blue. And she has a long braid that comes down past her waist, and it seems to be interweaved with flowers, along with a flower crown on her head that looks quite fresh. Wherever she got them from at the moment is up to you to ask, but looks well maintained and very elegant horns that lightly curve out and backwards from her head. Her eyes, we did say heterochromia. What did I put down? I don't remember. Nah,
That's right, we have 2 headers.
can't see it. One of her eyes is a light crystal blue, and the other one is more of a darker musty green.
What a coincidence. I believe, Tyler, doesn't your character also have an icy blue eye?
Yes, she does. You can't see it, though. It's the one that's covered.
It's more like aquamarine. Like, one's really bright and the other's kind of dull.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Zeshi's one eye is I have electric ice blue. It's almost like it's sparking.
Yeah, it's not that bright.
All right.
That's it?
All right, so she's going to lead you down a few roads. As you guys are walking towards, she will say, "Okay, so how much do you all know about the recent goings-on with the natural mana of this world?"
Heard a little bit.
Magic's acting weird, right?
That's putting it lightly. It's going full-on berserk in some spaces.
Well, that
And
did
she'll-
look pretty berserk.
Oh, that was a mild case of it, and I'm thankful for that, but I never thought it would reach this far out. And she'll get to a building open the door and let you all in. It's a fairly bare-bones office, a simple wooden desk, a couple of paintings hanging on the walls, one or two little tchotchkes. One looks like a tooth, the other you're not actually sure. It looks like a carving of an eye.
I just want to say that on the way and in this office, I am, like, constantly checking my surroundings, like blind spots, that sort of thing.
How tall is the room in the office?
It's about 8.5 feet tall.
Okay, so there's still some space.
Yeah, you do manage to fit.
Can I sneak up on Cedric?
Roll stealth against his passive perception?
I guess, yeah.
Good luck. Probably.
It's okay.
21.
You see me just,
Okay.
like, looking around.
Alright, you're more than short enough that you're not in the general direction he's looking.
Okay. I'm just gonna tug on his cape. Just
Immediately grabs the pike and just swivels around. Oh.
because he tied a rope around his beak.
You can take
And he's gonna take it off and go, I would like to ask you a question.
What's that?
Do you have 1 million platinum?
Does it look like I have 1 million platinum?
He's gonna kind of lean back and forth. He's gonna kind of grab your cape, lift it up a bit to look under it. No.
I'll just turn around.
Yes. Well, with that, I don't want to know why he wants 1 million platinum. I don't have time. Listen, I'll cut to the chase now that we're in more private areas. Yes, the man of the world has been going wild, is about the best description anyone's got for it. It's doing bizarre things. Statues are coming to life, city layouts are shifting, monsters in the wild are getting stronger by the second sometimes. It's absolutely insane.
That's not good.
And it's spreading. Nobody seems to know the cause. I certainly don't. I've only heard what I can get through the main channels. And most people either seem confused or not worried about it.
That's
Reason I
concerning.
It does definitely seem to be like something you should be worried about.
So, the magic is not normal.
Precisely.
Exactly, is that a one?
So, if magic is not normal, then belt cannot be enchanted. And if belt cannot be enchanted, Dobby cannot give Poppy piggyback, right? And Dobby must fix this.
Well, it could be
Okay.
that belts can't be enchanted normally. It could be a belt gets spontaneously enchanted. It sounds like there's no way of knowing.
No one's found a way to predict it yet. Even some court wizards are trying to figure it out, and even they're stumped at the moment. This only started happening maybe a few months ago.
I'm
And it's
sorry,
spreading.
court wizards are stumped.
Court.
Yes. In fact, many of the wizards in Waterdeep are stumped.
Maybe Yargoth might know. He's been alive very long time. He's seen things. Maybe he know. I don't know.
Is there any way we can help?
Doesn't bode well.
Well, that's actually why I asked you all here. I am sorry to inconvenience anything, but I would like to ask a small favor. Currently, I don't know too much. What I do know is that conveniently, only a few days ago, a couple of thugs showed up in town, and word on the street is they've been trying to sell magic items. I shouldn't use old jargon.
Does one of them have a scar kind of big?
I'll just
Yeah.
like mark on my face.
Yeah, he does.
I was tailing him before the thing happened in the square there. He didn't look twice when it happened.
Yeah, from what I can tell, I doubt those three are the root cause of what just happened, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were tangentially related. Laz, over at the Siren's Call, has told me he's overheard them a few times talking about chaos and wild mana with unusually gleeful tones. I'd like to ask a
Troublemakers.
favor.
Never good.
Would you...
Perhaps?
Perhaps, but they might know something, so I'm asking, not for free, mind you, I can scrape together some kind of reward.
1 million platinum.
That is too much, little one.
If I had
Don't
a million
jump the
platinum,
gun.
I mean this as nicely as I can. If I had a million platinum, I would not be hiring you 5.
Davi understand.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
Disappointed, but Davi understand.
I'll
But
choose to ignore what you said.
Baby step,
if
little guy.
you
Baby
could all track these hooligans down and capture them for questioning, I would much appreciate it. It's currently the only lead I have.
You're in luck. I was already planning on that.
Beautiful.
I'll make time in my day, and she pulls a little ledger out. I guess I can push these over. Don't want to go past dark.
Who did you say you had contracts with again, Clem?
Yes, hold on. She pulls out her contracts. It looks like John, Lydio, and Devin?
Okay, yeah. No, that last one doesn't surprise me. Well, Jorn is still doing all right, so he should be okay for a bit. Linio, she's still unconscious, but alive. And Devin, well, it's Devin. He literally went... He did laps around the town this morning. He's
Regardless, I still want their signatures, you understand? Have
Oh,
to work them through.
terribly sorry, I thought you had those already. Yes, of course. Tell you what, in addition to whatever payment I get for the group, why don't I gather, well, 2 of them and the representative of Linio to take care of your paperwork, and I'll have them meet you here.
You're sure you're fine understanding everything that, or making sure they understand everything that's done to them once these contracts are signed?
That is for
Well,
you to discuss
after they
with them.
deceased.
That's for you to discuss. You're the expert, but I can gather them for... I'll get them a meeting with you. You a meeting with them so you don't have to travel all across town. It's the least I can do.
I appreciate that.
Anyway, those 3 have been spotted a couple of times out behind the Siren's Tavern, usually when the moon's overhead, trying to sell off some... Some have said they're magic items, some have said it's all a scam, but that's where they currently have been spotted repeatedly, so that's your
Let's
best
head
bet.
there, camp it out, wait till they're around. Sounds easy enough.
I'd appreciate it greatly. I'll see what I can... Like I said, I'll see what I can scrape together for some sort of reward.
Thank you.
Let's head in that direction anyway. Or I would've-
And she's going to look at you, Clem, and she's going to glance to your shoulder and just be like, Flip, what are you doing? And the mouse is currently about halfway into your braid, just kind of sitting there with the tail flicking about.
Yeah, that's normal.
And,
Shouldn't
and
even notice.
she's just going to reach over and just lightly, like, Flip, no,
He's
sweetie.
getting comfortable. Here. And she, like, gently scoops him and puts
Thank
him
you.
back on.
I'm sorry about him. He's always been excitable.
Oh, it's fine. It's probably nice and warm in there.
Probably.
So she's gonna look from Clem to the mouse and just look at Clem and like, that was fucking adorable.
Are you hiding that? Or did you just say that out loud?
I said that out loud.
Tyler, you say that word, and Davi's gonna look at you and go, that word, what does it mean?
Which one?
The duck, the ducky, what does that mean?
Zeshi's gonna smirk at him and is like, oh boy.
Oh god, we've got a green gill.
This word, Yargov never used it in Davi. He came very close. He said something very similar, but he caught himself. He covered mouth and he looked very embarrassed. But Davi not know what that mean. What mean?
Zeshi's gonna look at Clem and is just like, did I do it?
When a mommy and a daddy love each other very, very much.
Listen, no,
Hey.
it's just an expression. Don't worry about it, little one. We'll teach you later.
It is expression. Okay.
You use when you're angry or you want to accentuate another word.
Davi thinks Clem looks very fucking nice.
That's a way to go about it.
It's genuine laughter. That is in character laughter.
She's gonna laugh and pat Davi on the chin. It's like, nice, very nice.
While they're laughing at that, Edma, you and Cedric just kind of see Damar take a deep breath, and she just kind of reaches a finger under her eye patch, and it goes pretty much up to the knuckle, as she seems to be like scratching, and then pulls the finger back out and just.
I haven't
Little
seen
one.
that before.
Little one, I suggest you use that word sparingly. A lot of people find it very offensive.
What, a Kenku saying fucking?
Did Davi
No,
say
not the
did-
kenku, the word. It's just
What?
polite.
Apologies, Clem, I was talking to the Leonin.
Did Davi say bad? Did Davi say bad word? Is
Yes,
Davi?
it is a
Davi-
bad word. You're not in trouble, though. It's okay.
He's gonna look at
Davi
you.
is grounded. Go to your room.
He's gonna slowly get as high as he can, and he's gonna look you as close to the eyes as he can. He's gonna say, "You not tell Papi."
I don't know your puppy, so I can't tell him.
Oh,
But I promise if I do meet him, I won't.
okay. This.
Just be careful using the word around certain people.
Just for familiar company.
Yes.
What happened to your eye?
This is
If
actually
you don't
just
mind my
smirking this
asking.
like with devil may care smile.
That was. That's a rather gruesome tale. Not terribly fond of it. Long story short, that was the last monster hunt I ever went on, and the last thing my friends ever did.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Part of the job.
Lots of people in this town
Exactly.
missing limbs to adventuring. Is that common?
Oh, you're talking about young Kiln. Shame, she only just started when that happened. At
Is she
least
the
I
only
got
other
off-
one? I just learned about hers today.
Really, you never heard that? Well, how can you hear anything in that place? You can hear it clacking against the ground as she walks. Yeah.
I'm not there long enough. Usually I drop my produce off and head on.
Yeah, that's fair. As far as I know, her and I are the only ones missing anything from old adventuring.
Okay, so we have to wait until nighttime to find these guys, right?
Yes, speaking of, I'm terribly sorry. I know Clem, and obviously young Davi has introduced himself a few times.
I meant.
She's gonna put a hand on top of your head. I didn't catch your three names.
Edma.
Cedric, I live here.
Really, I haven't seen you around.
I mean, do you know everyone who lives in this town?
You'd be surprised.
Fair enough.
I've been mayor for a number of years now. And what about you?
Becky the Steer, Wandering Witch. Came in a couple days ago.
Yes, I've heard of you. You're the one telling all those stories at the Endless Chalice, yes?
I froze. What'd you say?
Yes, I've heard of you. You're the one loudly telling stories at the tavern, yes?
Well, no one else is telling stories, so I have to tell them. Keeping everyone entertained.
Fair enough.
I would
All
gladly
right.
listen to other people's stories. I'm starting to run out.
Well, if you need any accommodations in the meantime, let me know. If you'd rather just stake out the area, feel free.
When her hand finally comes off, but name is Davi, but also Davi, son of giants. That is my name.
Son of giants?
Yes, Davi,
Well,
son
we're
of
doing
giants.
titles too.
Your puppy is a giant?
Yes, Yargov is stone giant. He lives on Dragon's Maw.
What kind giants to take in such a small creature?
Where did you say
Surprised
you
they
found
never-
this one?
Oh, he was just wandering around and helped us fight those creatures.
Oh, Davi came down from Dragon's Maw. It's big mountain. Not sure.
I know where it is.
Many boulders away. Poppy told Davi a story about belt that make you strong, like Yargov. Very strong. Davi wants this belt to give Poppy piggyback, right?
She's gonna put a hand on your head again. Okay.
So adorable.
Listen.
I will
young-
help you find your belt, little one.
Really?
Yes.
Here.
I'll help you too.
You're all quite little.
You go, kid.
Well, best of
It doesn't
luck.
take priority.
Well, I'm rolling my eye.
I think the magic issue probably takes higher priority.
I keep on freezing it.
That
Of
is
course.
that is the
That
least of your
doesn't mean we
concern.
can't help keep an eye out for.
Davi, you should know, I adventured for many years. A belt of storm giant strength is not just a hard item to find. It is a nigh impossible, not impossible, but it is one of the rarest magic items known to us.
And he is going to reach out to try and clasp her hand. Does she take it? Does she not take it?
What are you doing?
Davi, this is giant greeting. This is how you greet. You clasp hands strongly.
And you say this is a giant greeting, and her eye just glazes over for a second. And she just kind of blinks. As I was saying, it's insanely rare. I'm not saying you shouldn't shoot for such a thing, but just temper your expectations.
It will take a long time to find it, little one.
Davi, not worry. Davi have help from Stickler and Clem. Davi think you will be good.
I'm sorry, who?
Stickler. And he's gonna pull out this poorly put together doll made out of twigs. This Stickler.
Ah, I had one of those as a kid. It
Oh,
looked
no.
a little neater.
This is special. Yargoth made for Davi. This is Davi's first friend.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. Why don't we add another friend to that list?
Oh, who's that?
Me. I'll offer my hand down.
Oh, Davi make
Just
journey
way
down.
down.
Davi make
Very
journey
way
down.
down.
Davi make
Edna
journey.
is crouching down to talk to you.
Davi has made journey down mountain and has already come back with Stickford, Clem, Edna, Clarence. Well, Davi have 4 friends now. This is more than Davi has ever had. This is
Clarence the leather worker?
wonderful. Yes, I have to get 1 million platinum to send Clarence to wizard school so he can put magic in a belt for
We will
Davi.
probably find the belt before we end up sending him to wizard school.
Now that question is starting to make a lot more sense.
I'm sorry, 1 million platinum?
That is what Clarence said he needed, and Davi will fulfill this request because Clarence is Davi's friend.
Damara's gonna lean over to Edma. I'd bet my bottom coin Clarence said that because this young one was probably insisting on that belt and he needed him to go away.
Most definitely. Achoo!
Well, that's in
Excuse me.
honor of Davi having new friends. He's gonna kind of reach into a small pouch in his. He's wearing a bunch of deer skin, by the way, and it's not very well tanned. It looks really bad. And he's gonna pull out a bag and open it. It's full of a bunch of weirdly shaped colored rocks. And he's gonna take one out and he's gonna give it to. He's gonna give Clem one, and then he's gonna give Cedric one, and then he's gonna give one to Zeshi, and he's gonna say, "These are rocks from top of Dragon's Maw. They are weird, colorful. Davi not know why, but Davi collect them. Davi always wanted to share them with friends, but Davi only have Stickbird, and Stickbird not have anything to do with this cover. So Davi give them to you."
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Like the gift. And she'll put it in. She had a pack on. Put it in a little pocket on the side.
Thanks, kid.
Damara will just set hers on the desk next to the tooth. All right.
Best we head out then. If it's what time of day is it now?
Late afternoon.
I do have some places I'd like to stop before we go ahead and do our thing. Probably best I blended with the crowd again anyway. We all blended with the crowd anyway.
I'd like to try and investigate where I last saw them.
You do that. I'll meet you where we're supposed to stake it out, I suppose.
See you at Siren's Call at dusk?
Sounds like a plan. Davi, are you coming with me to help, or would you like to go with the large... You said your name's Edma?
Edma, yeah.
Would you like to go with Edma instead?
You're saying that, and you're looking around to try and find him, and then you find him standing literally right next to your legs in your shadow. Oh, sorry. This is where Davi is most comfortable.
You don't need to stand in my shadow, little one. Why are you doing that?
Oh, usually I stand in Yargov's shadow. It is, comforting. It reminds me of Dragon's Maw.
I'm gonna cry.
Evie's dying over here.
Oh,
He's so wholesome, but he doesn't sound wholesome.
oh my god, I don't care. He's adorable.
Because he's a cat. Because
she's patting you on the shoulder, just nodding.
so Matt, he's a kanku, but who taught him to speak? A giant.
Giant.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
got a big giant voice
So
and a
he
little
mimics
tiny
the giant.
Oh, I love him. Okay. Well, I'm going to head to a few of my contacts and drop off my stuff, get my gold, and I will see you later.
Clem constantly trying not to scream.
Anyone else care to join me, or are you going to go back on the hunt for those men?
Sounds like you have a rendezvous.
Do you need any help?
I
don't
could
see
use
why.
it. I've got some produce. Got a donkey that's probably freaking out over all the noises, and I haven't tended to him yet.
Well, I was thinking I would head back to the Siren's Call and meet you all at the appointed time.
Sounds fair. I'll meet you then.
I will see you then.
Oh, Edmund Cedric, yes? Just
Yeah.
one final thing. If you find yourselves needing some extra info or a little assistance out there while you are all split up, you might run into Jag. He's my captain of the guard. You'll see him riding around on his horse. He's nigh impossible to miss.
Fair enough.
Have you gotten a name of these thugs yet?
No, they haven't actually given anyone their names, so they're a little smarter than they look.
Well, they won't be looking as well soon enough.
Just bring them back alive and preferably minimally mutilated.
They'll be able to talk.
But by the way, Edma, you're not restrained anymore. You can take that off.
I just forgot to take it off. You see, actually, Edma's always restrained.
Alright, so if I have this right, Cedric and Edma, you two are heading to the Siren's Call, and the rest of you are going on Clem's errands?
I wanted to investigate where I last saw them wandering off from the square.
Okay, so over in the street.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have the group right. It's you and Cedric, and then Clem, Davi, and...
I think Cedric was heading to the
Veshi.
Siren's Call. Are you still heading to the Siren's Call, or are you coming with me to investigate?
Sorry.
I'm investigating where I last saw them before the incident at the square.
I think there's something to be said for strength in numbers, personally.
So, will you be coming with me then?
I think I'll be waiting for the full rendezvous since we know that they're meant to be around the Siren's Call at that point.
Alright, I'll see you then.
Okay.
And Edma will leave.
I'll leave as well.
Okay.
Before saying goodbye to tomorrow.
I'll follow up, Clem.
As Davi is leaving she's the mayor, right?
Yes.
He's going to just kind of hunch his knees, squat like this, and go, Ho ho ho! It has been pleasure to meet you. And he will leave.
Nice to meet you too. And Clem, as you're saying your goodbyes, Blip the Mask just kind of goes beep with his little paw.
Tiny friend.
And then he starts just doing circles on her shoulder again. Alright, so let's start with the larger group. Clem, where are you headed and where are you leading these two?
I'm heading back to
heading
my
to the
cart,
bathroom,
which
I'll
is
be back.
behind the endless chalice.
Okay. Yeah, your donkey seems a little bit freaked out when you get there.
I was spending a couple minutes just calming him down because I don't want him bucking the little one. For little doggy.
Could you roll me an animal handling check?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. How quickly can you calm your donkey?
While this is
How
going
quickly
on,
can I calm
Davi is going to kind of take both his hands and start to feel the material of Zeshi's dress.
That's an unnatural 20.
Okay.
So she's gonna look down at him and just smirk at him, just like, alright, sure, kid.
His name is Ash, by the way.
And
Ash the donkey.
Davi, after he's finished filling this fabric, he's gonna look at you and say, "How many bears did you skin to get these?"
So she's gonna raise her eye, look down and raise her eyebrow. I didn't skin any bears. That has to do with the money we were talking about earlier. Someone else skinned the bear.
You paid somebody money to skin the... You do not skin the bear yourself.
No.
Davi will show you.
Sure, I'd like to learn.
And as they're having this conversation, Clem, a few strokes in just the right spots. You tend to know what's calmed Ash down. This honestly is not the first time Ash has been freaked out, and it probably won't be the last.
It's alright. It's okay. Everything's fine. Mama took care of it. Now it's time to go run them some more errands. Be a good donkey and help me out, right?
Eventually he calms down and just licks one of your hands.
Good boy. There he is. Alright, you two. Let's head off.
Got your hands full?
Should we say I already stopped at the Siren's Call and made my second at Endless Chalice?
Probably for the best. They would have had a smaller shipment.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the Store of Holding then.
Alright.
And drop off the rest of my produce.
So you get to the Store of Holding and... Pardon me. Something caught in my throat.
Figured.
You walk in and there's an elf woman standing there. You know her as Lynn. She's still behind the counter. When you first started delivering to her, you're pretty sure there was someone else running the place.
Hello, Lynn. Are you here all by yourself this time?
Clem. Yeah, I'm here alone.
Are you alright?
Is there anything of note in this shop?
Define of note.
Just something that would catch a silly bird boy's eyes.
A belt.
There's not a belt. Clarence sells most of the belts. Which, we all know how that worked out.
This is just a general store for the most part.
There's a couple of small packs, a couple of pouches. Simple stuff like normal daggers. Very small potions, maybe a little vial-sized.
Davi's just gonna...
None of these are within Davi's reach.
Right, he's just gonna be looking at these and he's gonna be comparing, like... If you've been paying attention, his equipment is all just, like, jagged rocks lashed to sticks and shit. And he's just kind of comparing and he's just kind of like, oh.
Lynn's just kind of gonna lean on the counter. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Did you get new workers? Who are these two?
Just temporary help for now. Although I don't know about the little one. He may stick around for a bit longer. We'll see.
Dobby's gonna go up to the counter, and I guess it's like he's like leaning on his toes, and he just has the hands up, and
It's like
and the
beak resting
beak.
straight on the counter.
Do you own this establishment?
No, but I run it at the moment.
Oh, so Davi has heard. Davi has heard from other people about this substance that you call candy.
Okay.
Davi would like to know if you have this.
We do sell a few candies.
How much do you want?
It's a copper for 2. Well, of the hard candy. The taffy's a copper for 1.
He's gonna pull out like the entire bag of acorns and just like it's like this big. This is all Davi have.
Hold on, little one. We're going to have a lesson on money.
Wait,
It's not a big
She's
one.
gonna take her
But
little
it's a few
ledger.
days out.
Could you have some work in there in the future? I could go check for him if he doesn't get home by then.
I would appreciate it. This trip should have taken him a week maximum. And I'll be honest, he's the business savvy one. I'm not. I don't really feel comfortable running the store.
That's fair. I do have your shipment. Sure you have your allotment for it, or should I
Yeah.
come back next time?
Yeah, no, I've still got access to the funds. I can still pay you for the shipment.
That's fair.
All
Alright, Davi. Now we're going to do something where I give goods and she gives me money.
Oh, okay.
And she's gonna flip through a couple papers. We agreed 10 silver for this one, yeah?
Yes, that would be it.
Alright. And she'll open up a little box next to her and clack a couple of silver coins and set them down in a pile in front of you.
Pocket, and I'll take the cart around back. Do you want me to just put them in your storeroom, or do we just leave them at the door?
You can put them in the storeroom. You know how to get in, and you know not to, break anything.
Alright, sounds good enough. And then I will head back outside. And as I do, I'll bring Davi along with me. So this is money. I give you 1 silver. This is your learning fee. You use this to buy things. This is what most normal people in pretty much the rest of the world that isn't straight wilderness uses to trade.
Oh.
Instead of your acorns, it's these pretty metal coins.
Oh, I see. Davi usually would trade with the squirrels.
Well, the squirrels would probably definitely consider acorns a form of currency, so you do have the idea down. But instead of acorns, it's coins. We have silver, and then there's gold, which is worth a little bit more. It's worth 10 of these. And then there's platinum, which is worth 10 gold. Does that make sense?
Davi needs 1 million of those.
You won't. We're going to help you find your belt. Don't worry about
But
getting
how
a
will
million.
Clarence go to wizard school?
He probably won't. He probably meant that as a joke.
Well, he
1
seemed-
million platinum.
He seems pretty serious, and Davi know when someone is serious, because Davi is serious all the time.
He may have been upset or sarcastic, in which case he wouldn't have been acting like he actually felt.
Dobby does not understand.
No one seriously asks for 1 million platinum. That's nearly impossible to get. Probably just as impossible as finding your belt. But here we are.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna take the cart around back and put the boxes away. That'll be all of my purchase boxes.
Did you give Davi that 1 silver coin?
Yep, I gave him a silver.
Okay, Davi is gonna run around to the front of the shop, put the coin on the desk or the counter. I would like all the candy that these can buy.
Hard or soft?
What do you recommend?
I like the hard candy.
That. I want that.
And she'll slide the coin towards her, and she'll pull out a little, like a potato sack. I'm blanking on the material.
That's just a sack.
Yeah. And she'll just drop 20 pieces of hard candy, little candies wrapped in a bright red wrapper, and she'll just hand the bag to you.
Well, hello. How can I help you?
Take it.
Sir.
And he's
Hi.
gonna reach in and he's gonna pull out one of them and put it on the counter and slide it to her. This is for helping Dobby. Also, you say you like this, so you can have.
Come here.
Well, let me take this moment. You seem to be a little new around here. She's gonna pick up the candy. Just so you know, don't eat it like this. And she's gonna take the ends. You take these and you pull.
Oh.
And then you take the little edge and open it.
Oh.
And she's gonna pull out the little, like bluish white, hard little ball on the inside. This is the part you eat.
He's like watching with anticipation.
Okay, don't eat the red part.
Oh.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you didn't start eating wrappers.
He's like waiting for her to eat it.
Oh, by the way, she pushes the bag of acorns on the counter. You left these here.
Oh, you can have that. Dobby
Take them.
Oh, okay. And he's gonna take the candy bag and go. This is first thing Dobby has ever bought with this money thing. Thanks.
Tyler, I assume Zeshi helped me put all of the boxes in the back.
Yes.
So that would be done. That would be done by the time Davi's done with his conversation. It wouldn't have taken that long.
And then he'll run back around and he'll hold the shaking bag of candy and he'll go, Glam, Davi bought something. Davi bought the hard candy.
Good job. Now you learned what you can do with that money.
Davi,
So now what we have to do is get you more.
oh, do you want some of these? Davi not sure he can eat all.
I'll have one. Thank you very much.
He'll give you one and he'll look to you, Zeshi. Do you also want some of the candy?
Sure, I'll take one.
Alright, he'll give you one.
And she'll
he's gonna-
take the
he's
wrapper
gonna-
off and pop it in.
He's
Yeah.
gonna take one for himself and
It's like a sweeter version of an after dinner mint.
mm-hmm.
It's got that cooling sensation, and it's a fairly hard candy. It's like jawbreaker hard.
So Davi's gonna get that mint sensation and he's gonna go, oh.
Are you alright, little one?
Davi's mouth is ice. Davi have ice breath. Davi is ice
Why are you
dragon.
so clingy?
And he's gonna
Then she smiles and laughs and then just like lets out a poof of ice breath and like, sorry kid, I don't think you're an ice dragon quite.
you say that, but you're just gonna watch him like running around in circles, flapping his arms, breathing in and out.
Why are you being clingy?
Because he heard me say the word mint.
You're talking back? Come on, you can't be up here. No, why would you? It's okay. Your eye looks better. Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Okay.
he heard me say mint. He was like, where?
Yeah,
I still got my gum in my mouth.
Does he just inhale and like just go and use frostbite to have like ice just come out of her mouth?
Clem, you're now watching Davi run circles around the two of you, flapping his arms and breathing heavily.
Alright, well, I guess we might as well move on to the next one. Well, he's got all this energy. And I'm going to head to...
Zeshi's gonna look at you, Clones, like, do you think the sugar kicked in yet, or is that gonna kick in later?
Where is it? What's the first one? Sorry, we've got so much fucking text.
Are you thinking of Midnight Mixtures?
Yes!
Alright. So you guys will be heading in that direction. I'm going to check in with Cedric real quick over at the Siren's Call. Have you just gotten yourself another table? Are you going in...
I'm sort of... I think once I get there, I do a quick scan, just check around back, see if I'm being followed or watched or anything. Before...
Could you give me an investigation roll?
Sure. That'll go great. Okay, I did. That's a nat 20 for a total of 19.
Jesus Christ, okay.
You are very certain you're not being followed right now.
Great. Alright, I'm gonna go inside.
One of the patrons behind you sweats nervously.
No, his drink does.
I think...
And there's another patron eating a really crunchy piece of bread.
I think what I'm actually going to do is go to my room and change into my armor and get ready for the evening.
Alright. So, Matt, are you back?
I'm back.
Alright, so why don't we jump over and check in on Edma searching the street. Currently, you see no sign of the large man or his two associates.
Do I see anybody along the road?
Oh yeah, there's still people going about their business.
You said, where did you say that it looked like they were heading off towards?
Looked like they were heading west into town. Into the western part of town.
Western part of town? I will head into the western part of town and take a look at what's around.
Thanks, Tyler.
Alright, the western part of town consists of the communal farmlands, which is a fairly large plot of land. You see a few guys working it at the moment. There's the Heat and Hammer, whose signage heavily indicates a blacksmithing shop. And there is a building with a sign that says the Blazing Trail Carriage Company. And there's a large stable next to that building.
Stable.
I'm gonna talk to the guys that are working on the farmland real quickly if I can.
Yeah, sure. Well, one of the farmers will wipe his brow and look over.
Say, were you guys working when that weird stuff started happening down at the fountain?
Yeah, we've been working out here all day.
There was these three guys. They had a box, and one of them was big with a scar. Did you happen to see where they went? I lost track of them after.
What do you want?
No, sorry. Honestly, I don't even really know what happened in town. I'm only starting to hear murmurs now. I've been pretty focused. If it's the person you're looking for, old Gratz over at the Blazing Trail Carriage Company, he sees almost everyone. Well, not sees almost everyone, but he notices a lot of things. You might want to talk to him. But, don't let him rope you into things. He means well, but he's also a salesman at heart.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the info.
Yeah, sure.
I will walk right on over to there.
And you can hear one of the farmhands say to the other, I told you she was too armored to be another farmer. I was really hoping we'd get another plot sold.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. What was the name? Fuck, man. My headset keeps dying. What was the name of the guy?
Gratz. Gratz.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. And what do I see in this building?
So inside the Blazing Trail Carriage Company it almost looks like a small travel agency, sort of. There's like a small bar off to the side with a couple sheets of paper all talking about various places throughout the continent. There's a desk with some people at it, both behind and in front, filling out various forms. There is a very large map on the wall of the Forgotten Realms on the back wall. And there is a fairly spiffy-looking half-orc off to one side, shaking someone's hand and walking out of an office.
I'm gonna walk up to the half-orc.
Please.
Grats, I assume?
Grats. Of course. I stand out. I know.
I know
Honestly,
exactly what
it's
like.
a little bit fancy clothing. I think it works for me, but, you know, I don't mean to me like I'm more important. It's just easy to identify the boss. And you are?
Name's Edma. I'm looking for a trio of fellas. They had a box. They came walking over this way earlier today.
Trio
One of
of
them was
fellas.
big with a scar on his face. Couldn't miss him.
Big scar on his face. In the shape of an X? Right on his left cheek?
Pretty sure, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I've seen those guys. They're wandering around. They've been here for a few days. Not very friendly-looking folks, but hey, you know, this is Trading Town. You get plenty of weirdos.
Do you
Hey,
know where I
by
might
the
be
way,
able
do
to...
you travel much?
I travel quite a lot.
Oh, you know, I could tell just by looking at you. Let me tell you, if you ever need a hand, Blazing Trail, we have the most depots this side of the Forgotten Realms. This side of Waterdeep. We can get you wherever you need to go, and our fees are very reasonable, I tell you.
I have another question.
Oh, shoot, by all means.
I'm looking for another Leonin. His name's Domu. He's a head taller than me. He's got black fur instead of white fur. You heard anything of him?
Domu. Let me see here. Black Leonin, kind of like you named Domu. Doesn't sound like a pleasant fella, but I can't say I've seen him myself. I can't say I've heard the name.
It's unfortunate to hear.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the kind of guy who relies on other people to get him around. Kind of sounds like the kind of guy who'd rather walk 500 feet than just paid a couple of copper and, you know, get it where he needs to go.
Well, I heard he was around here not too long ago, so I was just seeing if you might have seen something.
I don't know. Whoever told you he was around here, it wasn't one of the drunken sailors, was it? Those guys, lovely people, let me tell you, lovely people, but they're drunk. A lot.
Sadly, you're right. Well,
Tell you.
do you know where I might be able to find the guy with the scar on his face?
The guy with the scar on his face? I don't know exactly where. He was headed back into town. It looked like he did a loop at a town square and was headed back east. Looked like he might have been trying to lose somebody, if you ask me, and trust me, I can tell when somebody's trying to lose someone. You can tell by the way they move, you can tell by the way they think.
Good to know. Well, if I need any uses from your service, I guarantee you I'll be back.
Oh, we'll get you there faster than anybody. Some guy tells you, listen, my donkey's faster, he's lying. You should come to Blazing Trail, we'll get you where you need to go real fast, let me tell you. Hey, we're cool? We're cool.
Yeah, and Edna will walk out. She's gonna head to the forge next.
Baby can get you there real fast.
What was that, Matt?
What was it, Heat and Hammer or whatever?
Yeah, Eaton Hammer.
I'm gonna head in there.
Alright, it's a pretty basic blacksmithing shop. There's a couple basic swords, maces, there's a couple of bows all hanging on the walls. There's a few simple sets of leather and studded leather. There is one shiny set of plate sitting behind the counter. And over on the right, there's a fairly well-built tiefling hammering away at some large, very hot piece of iron. He'll glance up at you, dunk it into a bucket of oil. And what do you need?
Do you have any experience with these? And I'm just gonna pull out my longsword.
Longswords? Yeah. Pretty simple design. Why, do you need an upgrade, a fix, a replacement?
I don't need a replacement or anything, but I might be looking to get something better soon.
Well, currently I only have the means to make fairly simple weapons. What exactly were you looking for?
It's a good question.
A great sword, perhaps? A shield to go with it?
Oh, speaking of shield, I'll take out my shield. Do you have anything better than this? That's
actually very well crafted. Where did you get that?
Well, it was something I got from my master a long time ago.
I'll look it over. A couple dents, but it seems to be in decent shape. That'll guard you about as well as most shields around. I wouldn't waste your money on a replacement. It seems to be in good shape.
Okay. Have you had any odd customers lately?
Place is full of odd customers. Let me see if anyone particular has stood out. You know, I did get approached by this guy with a scar on his face a couple of days ago. Said they were looking for blacksmiths to help with some big project. I told him I've got a store to run, and he can buy something or kindly make room for the next customer.
Did he elaborate at all about this project of his?
No, but he insisted it was big, important, and something I wouldn't want to miss for the world.
I think you made the right call not associating with him.
I know a sketchy person when I see them.
Well, I will certainly be back if I need to be. And I will make haste.
Alright, so where are you heading in this case?
I think I'm just gonna head back to the Siren's Call.
Okay. While you're making...
Cedric and then leave it at that.
Fair. While you're making your way back, we can cut back to Clem and the boys.
The boys?
Boys?
One boy.
Look, it's a turn of
Davi and
phrase,
the
okay?
girls.
Davi and the girls. I said Clem because it's her errands, but fair enough.
True. That's fine.
Clem and the Clemettes.
I'm in the Clemets.
And I am heading to Midnight Mixtures.
Yeah, so... Alright, let's see here. Zeshi, Davi's a bit, preoccupied at the moment. Still popping candy and then proceeding to flap his arms rapidly. If anything, he's flapping with more energy, probably because he's on, like, his third candy at this point.
He's got like his you could see it his cheeks.
Yeah, he hasn't finished his first one. It's still in there.
Zeshi looks over to Clem. How much sugar do you think he can take?
Quite enough, I'm sure. It's any child's delight to have a sugar rush every now and then. I'm not going to keep that from him. Excuse me, sir. Can you not pick at my chair? Thank you very much.
And Zeshi, you're the last couple of stops have been pretty standard. You saw Clem stop in when you were at the Endless Chalice, and she mentioned a few other errands, and you stopped at a few more businesses. Makes sense enough, but she now leads you into the residential area and just up to what looks to be a normal house.
Hey, no.
A pretty small, standard stone house. It only takes a minute. There's a very simple sign, only about yay big, that just has painted on it in a fairly dull blue Midnight Mixtures across it. And there's a little wooden box nailed onto, somehow stuck to the side of the wall with just some paper sticking out of it.
I'm gonna go up to the door and knock on it and go, Mr. Vindel, I'm here with your herbs.
You're gonna hear a little bit of clinging and clanging, and you're gonna hear what sounds like a fire getting a little bit bigger, and then just shit. And then it sounds like it gets
on my
smaller.
account.
What is that the word? You just don't you hear that right?
It's another one of those bad words. No, not sit. Shit. It's another bad word.
Shit?
Yes.
What does this mean?
It's a bad word. You say it when you're pissed at something.
Oh, okay. Davi
Use it
understands.
sparingly.
Yes, Davi will do.
The door's gonna open while they're talking to this shaggy-haired human, maybe in his mid-20s, he's got some goggles sitting on top of his head, and he's wearing these very, very well-worn and dirty stained leather gloves and a leather shirt. And he looks at Zeshi, who's currently in his main line of sight, and just goes, "You're not." Oh, okay. There you are.
Over to the satyr.
Hello, Mox. Are you all right? Sound like you had a bit of an accident in there.
I heard you knocking, and you took me, but I'm in the middle of I'm not in the middle. I was finishing up part of an order, and I accidentally turned the flame up instead of down. It's fine. Nothing caught.
What the fuck are you two doing?
I should mention his eyes are a bit bloodshot.
Have you gotten any sleep lately, Mr. Vindel?
I kind of need to be working. You know, it's not really.
I'm aware, but sleep is really good for you.
It's good once you've mastered what you need to master, and also gotten through my backlog of orders.
Davi is going to
honey.
reach into his hide pack and pull out some dried deer meat and try and offer it to this man.
No thanks, little guy. I'm good.
He's my little assistant from here on. Well, I don't know how long he'll be sticking around, but his name is Davi. He's very sweet.
Hmm.
Did you
Sweeter
say
now
your
that he's
assistant
had.
was a female?
My permanent assistant, yet. Yes, he is just a temporary one, I think.
And
But like I said,
her?
I'm not sure for how long.
And her?
Even more temporary, I think. I don't know. She just came along to help anyway. I very much appreciate it, though.
You guys
Okay.
are fun. I figured I'd stick around.
Fair enough.
I have your order in the cart. Do you want me to just hand that over now, or?
Sure. Let me grab that off the cart. I'll go get your payment. Yeah, I'll go get that. Give me a sec.
So I'll go up and have to. It's not very heavy since all it is filled with a bunch of herbs. It's one thing filled with a bunch of different ones. So I'll bring that up while he gets money.
Davi's going to kind of poke the dried venison at Zeshi.
What do you want?
He's just kind of offering you this dried meat.
Does he just looks at the meat, looks at him, and then just smirks? Yeah, sure, thanks, kid. Just takes a bite out of it.
Roll a
It's very
constitution
dry.
save.
It's very dry.
It is very dry.
Yeah, so she just tastes it.
And I'll just wait at the doorway. I don't want to intrude.
Yeah, it takes only like another minute before the door just pops open again, and Mox kind of stumbles against the door frame. Okay, got it right here, right. There it is. I put that.
Probably another good reason for you to get a decent night's sleep.
I could, but then I can't run through the rest of my recipes and the orders.
One of these days, something's gonna pull you away, and you won't be able to finish your orders regardless.
Nothing's gonna pull me away. I mean, unless my mother calls again. It's been a while.
That is something.
She doesn't have time for me no more.
So Davi's gonna look at this guy with the goggles. You are man of rocks, yes?
No, buddy, I'm a man of potions.
Oh, okay. Davi have question for you.
Shoot.
Per se, Davi has a friend
Uh-huh.
who scream at clouds.
Okay.
And this friend gets struck by lightning twice, yes?
Okay.
And then afterwards, every time this friend touch doorknob, it makes spark. Is that bad?
Sounds right annoying, honestly.
Sounds like you've got a buildup of static electricity going through your feathers, possibly from that. I hesitate to call that a hide. And skin that you're wearing. It's probably rubbing up against you, causing a buildup of static. See the particles within kind of rub a lot, and sometimes can produce little bits of energy when you touch things like metal.
Oh.
You astound me with your attained knowledge. Due to lack of sleep, you still can't remember which pocket you put your payment in. Do you want me to bring some dream root by next time I'm in town?
You know, I actually just had somebody asking if I make Dreamweaver, and I did have to turn them away because I didn't have any dream root. That'd be wonderful.
Alright, well, it looks like I'm about to have a bumper crop. As long as my next contracts go through.
Alright,
You should expect that in your next order.
question. By the way, am I quiet?
Not very.
No, we can hear you.
Okay.
No, you're good.
For proficiencies of
Uh-huh.
the tools, does that mean I'm proficient in that tool?
Yeah.
Because she's. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna say.
So, So generally how it works is like, if I think like, oh, you know, this could be like an Arcana check, you might not have proficiency with that. If you don't already get your proficiency, but it's like a specific set of tools is relevant, and you're proficient in that, I'll probably just give you your proficiency bonus anyway.
Okay, yeah. Zeshi's proficient has an alchemist fire.
Alright.
So she happens to be an alchemist. I'm just going to offer help. Like, you know, do you need help? Do you need like an assistant, second pair of hands, anything? Like,
I could probably also assist a little bit. Maybe get you through your back orders.
I mean, he's just gonna kind of look behind him.
Mox.
You two can both see, this house is, the main room is an absolute mess. There is books strewn everywhere, a couple of loose papers, one desk in the back that has a bunch of beakers. That seems fairly clean and fairly tidy, and the large open cabinet sitting on the wall, like a little divider with little boxes sitting around, full of various herbs and such. That's all very well organized. Everything else is kind of like a college dorm room.
Mox, how about
Davi-
Davi and I help pick up a little bit, and our friend Zeshi here help you with your orders.
Davi is going to look left and look right and see that the two of them want to help, and he's going to go, Davi would like to help too.
You look like you need a little bit of a reset. I know what it's like to be over-inundated with orders. Why do you think I hired an assistant to begin with?
I don't do assistants. If you guys want like to help temporarily, sure, but I'm not calling you assistants.
We're not going to stay all day.
I've been a temporary assistant before. Come on, let me help. Just rolls up her sleeves. Well, she doesn't actually have sleeves, but metaphorically.
Do any of you know how to use a burner properly?
Who do you think I am?
Yeah, she just scoffs. Like, yeah, this isn't my first time doing alchemy.
Davi is going to be holding two rocks, and he's going to strike them together to make a spark.
No, you stop that right now.
Davi, you and I are going to clean up a little bit. Zeshi here will help him with his...
All right, you guys
chemistry.
can come in. Clem, if you could keep an eye on the little guy,
Oh, he'll
Miss
be
Alchemist.
fine.
Let's see what you got. Come on, let's go.
Davi, I want you to pick up any papers you see and put them on that desk over there.
Davi thinks he can do this, and he's
Be
gonna
very gentle
kind of
with them.
like motion for you to bend down. Clem, Davi's friend not get struck by lightning. Davi got struck by lightning. Twice.
That's an impressive feat of strength, little one. Usually people die on the first one.
Oh, Davi went to top of mountain to scream at clouds and say, "Clouds, you will give me the power of Papi. You don't have this strength." And then they struck me twice.
It sounds like they tried to give you the strength, but your little body just couldn't contain it. Maybe
Davi
the
try
balance will help.
Davi will try again.
You may not be so lucky surviving the next ones.
And he's just gonna say make that noise and start picking up papers and putting them on the desk.
I'm actually going to take Mox's order over to his herb drawers and start putting them away.
Okay. Zeshi, he's going to lead you over to the workbench, and there's going to be a stack of papers about that high, and he's going to say, it's a lot, thankfully, it's mostly just bulk orders of simple stuff, but it's a lot of them, and he's just going to hand you the papers. If you could just mix a few of these, I can get them on the heat and get everything, starting to react. And he hands you the papers, and looking them over, fairly simple ingredient list, looks like a couple of health potions is the main thing, honestly. That's what most of these are.
You're just looking this over. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, alright, get started on this right away.
Yeah, thanks.
Is that she in the middle of working on this? She just a joke, she just casually looks over. By the way, I charge by the minute.
Literally, he's going to be operating the burner, and you're just going to hear him go, yeah, sure, that's fine. And as he's saying that, you can literally see, he clearly knows what he's doing, but his thumb is sitting in the fire in the burner, and clearly the only thing keeping him safe is the glove he's wearing. As he's, carefully stirring the mixture, his thumb is just still in the fire.
Zeshi's gonna try to get Clem. I'm gonna motion to Clem, just
What? What?
I'm pointing my thumb and pointing to him.
Oh.
He's trying to point out to you that his thumb's in the fire.
Mox?
Huh? Yeah, what, huh?
You're burning.
Well, yeah, I'm operating the
yourself.
burner. Oh. He'll just pull over a little beaker of water and just... That'll do it.
I'm just gonna nod. Go, I'm trying to continue mixing, so that's why I didn't say anything.
I'll wrap that up and start cleaning up other various items and putting them up and away, so they're not a tripping hazard again.
So you guys will spend maybe 2 or 3 hours giving him a hand.
What is your deal?
It is mostly bulk orders, but Zeshi, you notice near the bottom, there's a couple slightly more odd ones. Not odd, but they're not quite as simple. There is... Oop, I think the cat stepped on the camera button. Moan.
That was odd.
There's one for potion of rejuvenation. There's one for... honestly, the handwriting on the name of whatever potion it's supposed to be is terrible, so you're not actually sure what that one says. The ingredient suggests something to do with fire and fire protection. Okay, once you've given the list a few over. And a few cold resistances, but that's about it.
What the heck is people using? Alright, whatever.
So you guys are able to get through the vast majority of his backlog in about 3 hours. Most of the health potions, a few of the odder orders. And the room is a lot cleaner now. You can see the floor again, which is good. Clements, at this point you notice, and Davi would notice this too, his bed has been in here the whole time, and you just hadn't noticed because there was clothes and papers draped over it.
And as I was cleaning, I'm sure I revealed it.
Yeah, as you two were cleaning, it's just, oh, there's the bed.
You poor object. Barely used, I'm sure. And I'm gonna make his bed.
It doesn't take much, because you're right, it doesn't seem like it's been as used as it should be.
How far in do they look like with these orders?
Sir! It looks like with Zeshi's help, he's like 3/4 of the orders are taken care of.
3/4? Okay. Anything else that looks like it needs attention?
Honestly, probably just Mox himself.
Alright, I'm gonna keep an eye on him, but from a distance so he doesn't feel like he's being, babysat in his own home.
And he'll turn off the burner and say, alright, that should do it for the orders for now. I'll get back to research and come back to this. I think I've eaten enough of your guys' time.
How long?
True.
Did I have a little bit of time after cleaning was done?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I am going to pull out kind of a big stick. Dobby, he collects sticks.
Okay.
And he's gonna take a small little stone dagger. He's gonna start whittling it and carving it.
Okay.
You can go off.
After he says that we're done, like, I'm gonna crack my knuckles and be like, I haven't done that in a while.
Yes, that's actually kind of a relief. I haven't met someone else who actually knows what they're doing in a while. I mean, there's Clem, obviously, but, she's got her own business to worry about.
Indeed. Are you going to take a rest in this wonderful bed that I made up for you?
You point over to it and you see Dobby sitting on it just...
Oh, right. My bed's in this room.
And that's the cue, I think, that you need to go and lay down in it.
It makes for good sitting while you're doing research and reviewing recipes.
Rest.
Oh, speaking of, hang on. I have something for you, Clem. I know I put it somewhere. Right, I wanted to not make absolutely sure I didn't mix it in with any of the actual orders, so he's gonna walk over to what looks like a wastebasket that doesn't seem to have anything, and just reach in and pull out a small box about that big. There it is.
You put it in the trash?
Well, no, yes, I did, but only so that I never confused it for an actual order. And he's gonna look at it. Oh, I wrote your name on it too. That should have given it away. Anyway, I made this for this delivery, but I guess now it's also a thank you for helping me through some of those orders. It ain't much, and he's gonna flick it open and pull out a vial about that big with some slightly pearlescent liquid. I'm no cleric, obviously, but I heard somewhere, I think the last time you were here, you said your assistant wasn't feeling super well? Hay fever or something?
She still has some symptoms yet, she's working through it, but...
some cooling medicine he's going to hand it. Should at least drop the fever, soothe at least the throat, maybe some of the lungs.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Oh, sure,
She'll
sure.
actually tuck it in her shirt, so we're safe.
I've been meaning to try out that recipe. I did test it first. It does what it's supposed to, so it's not going to blow up or anything. Not that it even could, the ingredients aren't right, but everyone seems to think if a potion goes wrong, it blows up, which, that's not how chemistry works.
Oh, I would know.
You, her, probably not him.
Really terrible when the corpses do it.
So, Zeshi, you notice Dobby sitting on the bed whittling at this hunk of wood. And he occasionally stops, looks up at Clem, closes an eye, and then goes back to carving, and he keeps doing this over and over again.
Just watching this happen, just like raise an eyebrow. This will be interesting.
Mox is gonna
then.
look over. Those wood shavings might be good for Worm's Tongue potion. Are they pine?
He's
just gonna start picking up some of the shavings and looking at them.
Dobby doesn't care.
Yeah, no, that's a good thickness for Worm's Tongue, and he's just gonna keep picking them up.
As he just keeps...
He's just gonna take a small like glass jar and just put it under where you're chicking.
All right, Mox. Well, hey, stop that! No picking at the couch. They're getting antsy. They want me to feed them. I guess we'll get out of your hair then. We've been here long enough.
I was about to say, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I thought you guys said you had somewhere to be.
Yeah.
Or am I hearing things again?
No, we do.
Oh, okay, good.
Some strange men to take care of. One of them with a scar, dealing in magic items they shouldn't be. Do you hear about what happened to the fountain today?
No, what happened?
It started spewing electricity instead of water, and little imps of different persuasions came out, and, well, we had to fight them to make them go away.
Friend here kicked ass.
Are you sure I'm the one that needs sleep?
I'm perfectly well rested, mind you. And these two can also account for that. They were there as well, helping me fight.
I'm gonna go up to her, pat her on the shoulder, like, yeah, she actually kicked ass here. Quite the satyr of many.
You see him just like put his hand on a notebook on the desk and just start sliding it towards himself. You don't say.
Davi's gonna look up from what he's doing. That word, this bass. What does that mean?
Badass. It's another. Well, it's not exactly a curse word. More so much as a compliment.
Typically a compliment.
Oh.
It means someone is really, really cool.
Your father really didn't swear, did he?
That she is badass.
Yes, that's the proper use of the word.
Damn straight I am.
He's just a child, Mox. You have to forgive.
No, it reminds me of the time a woman paid me to give her her 2-year-old a potion of tongues. It was really entertaining.
He is quite adorable. I think I'll keep him around for a while.
I love that idea.
He wants a belt of, what is it, little man? Storm giant strength?
Yes, that. I want that.
He'll be around for a while.
Shoot for the stars, I guess.
You never know.
No better way.
Hey, it's around. Anyway, that's
We'll be
enough.
making our way out.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough of you guys having to stand in my pigsty of a house. Right, go on.
Just
you
a
guys
little
go.
bit of pigsty. Davi and I did pretty good work while you two were doing orders. I can put your order away.
Oh, that's where that went. Okay, that's wonderful. I would ask how you knew where everything went, but that kind of answers itself.
You have labels, darling.
Well, also, you know what they look.
Yes. That too.
Yeah, the labels help.
Yeah. We
Speaking
should
of-
go and see Cedric. We need to meet up with him.
Yes, that's where we're heading now.
What were you saying, miss?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Speaking of payments, that'll be 18 silver, please.
I'll give you 18 silver of my orders, it's fine.
She's just gonna walk up to him, just clap him on the shoulder. I'm just kidding. And just go like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, honestly, you saw his face go like a little pale for a second. Clem, you've seen that face before. That's his attempting to do math on the fly face.
You need rest. Imagine you'll be getting some tonight.
So, some what?
Rest.
Research.
Rest.
Fountain research.
Does Davi need to hit? What is your name again?
Maxwell, Mox to my friends, I guess.
Okay, I can hit him on back of
Mr.
head
Linden.
very hard. It makes.
I
him
don't think he
sweet.
needs help. He just needs to get it through
Oh,
his
I
thick
wouldn't
skull.
recommend it, kid. And he's gonna unbutton part of his coat and just show a couple of vials sitting in there. These are frequent ingredients. These can explode if mixed, so don't hit me. Because if I fall over, bad things could. I should stop carrying these when I'm not working.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea. What if you fall? Trip over
I almost-
something you left on the floor?
Well, see, that's the sneaky part. They can't break if I'm falling on a bunch of clothes.
Well, I just got rid of all the clothes on your floor, so I suggest you take those off.
Crap, you did!
I'm sure the bed would work too. And just like, gesturing to the plain, clean bed right
You
there.
can't always fall on the bed. Mox,
Huh?
take them off. I'm not leaving until I know you're safe.
No, that is perfectly reasonable. And he's gonna look and he's just gonna open a drawer. No. Open a different drawer. He's gonna start doing this.
I'm gonna leave him to that. At least they're off of his person and he's finding a spot to put them.
Alright. You guys can make your way back to the Sirens call with no real issue. Clem, you know where it is. You know where to lead these two.
Yeah. I'm going to park my donkey at the next building over, just in case this fight ends up getting a little rowdier than we expect.
So the Sirens Call is actually fairly isolated from other... Like, it's on the main road, but the nearest building is a residential house. And that's still, 50 feet that way.
Is there, an alley between?
No, this isn't a super densely packed town, so it's not really an alley so much as it is dirt and grass.
I'll just park it next to the building then.
Alright.
To make sure he's tied up, just in case anything spooks him. He doesn't run off.
He's just gonna give you one look and his ears are just gonna flop down for a second.
I'm gonna pat him on the neck. It'll be fine. I promise Mama will come back.
Alright, I'm gonna have to head out soon because my old man's sick. So
I'm sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
No worries. So you gotta head out by what then, 10?
Yeah, at the absolute latest. I cannot go farther than 10.
Alright, I will absolutely keep that in mind. You guys can head in. You'll find Edma very easily, and Cedric is thankfully not far past that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a hard time finding me.
Yeah, big Landon.
I'm taller than, I think. I'm taller than everyone.
Yeah, Landon's
at least a foot.
Can I find Cedric?
Cedric is with me.
He's next to Edma.
Okay, I will go over and pull up a chair kind of close to him, but a little behind him, so I'm in his shadow. And I'm gonna go right back to...
Let's just... Oh.
Hello again, you two. How's it been? Quiet?
Quiet, yes. Changed into my armor. Probably a good idea to have. But on hand for things get a little hairy.
Oh, and then
Okay.
Bobby's gonna shake his head and look up and pull out 2 pieces of candy and put one on Cedric's lap, and then put the other on Edna's lap.
I taught him how money works while we were out.
Ah.
So, Davi, do you understand why we can't get 1,000,000 platinum that easy?
Mhm.
Imagine all the work we did today, and all I got was silver out of it. And remember the math I told you?
He's gonna sit there, and then he's gonna take the thing he's been carving, and he's gonna put it down on the table, and it is a wooden carving of you, Clem. He's gonna
What's
say,
the quality? I need to know.
probably medium. He's only really practiced on deer up in the mountains.
It's not amazing. He struggles with hair quite a bit,
You know,
and you have a lot.
Yeah.
he'll just put it down and go, I don't know, maybe this worth 1,000,000 platinum.
Alright, lady killer, ease up.
Oh, who am I killing? I don't know how to kill Clem. And he's just gonna take it and try and hide it.
Kill me! You're just melting my heart, little one.
Your heart?
It's figurative.
No,
It means
no.
you're being very cute. and
These things are
sweet.
just...
You're fine. I'm fine. Well, for the most part.
Okay.
It's a metaphor, kid.
Mid.
She's just gonna laugh for herself. Alright, no more big words, I got it.
I don't think it's worth 1 million platinum, but to me, it is. I don't have 1 million platinum to give you, though, unfortunately.
And then he's gonna take it back out and put it in front of you and go. You could pay me back whenever you have the money. That will not charge the interest. You just.
I'm going to give Davi 1 gold.
He's gonna take it. Oh, this is very nice, but Davi give you friendship discount. He give it to you for this.
For what?
Well, Davi would charge 1 million platinum, but you're my friend, so he give it to you for this. What you give Davi now?
It's the gold.
Yes.
It's worth 10 of the silver, the ones I gave you earlier today to buy candy with.
Oh, you could buy so much candy.
You could. Or you can do what clever people do. You save it for later when you have more. Then you could buy even more candy with it.
So she's gonna like
It's
take
and
out
more gold that you get later. Put it
she's
in
gonna
your
take a
pocket.
handful of gold coins and just show him. Just like, yeah. Wait till he has this much.
He's gonna take the gold coin, jump off the seat, walk over to the bar, and try and climb up.
The dwarf's just gonna look down at you.
And he's gonna reach in, he's gonna pull out a piece of candy and give it to the dwarf. What do people normally get when they come here?
Ale.
Oh, okay. How much for that?
2 copper a mug.
I need...
Silver if you want the high quality stuff.
10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. 5 of the good stuff. That is what we want.
Okay. That's gonna be 5 silver.
Oh, Davi, he's gonna put down the 1 gold coin. Davi give you this.
He'll take it and put 5 silver coins in front of you.
And he's gonna 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay.
Oh, and he's gonna hand you a little piece of paper. Take that to the tall lady at the table you were sitting at.
Tall lady. Which
Tall
one?
cat lady.
Oh, okay. And he's gonna take it. He's gonna walk over to. That's Matt's character, right?
That's it.
Edma.
Yeah. He's gonna hand it to her. The man at the bar told me to give you this. I don't know what this is. There's no pictures. And he's just gonna give it to you.
And Davi hands you this little folded piece of paper. Matt?
Oh, I'm sorry, I spaced out.
Oh,
You've
Davi's
been
handing you a
handed it.
little folded piece of paper that the barkeep gave him.
Thank you, small one. Is there anything on it?
Oh, yeah, if you unfold it, it just says in common, the guys you're looking for are here, they just went out back. They went around back.
Oh, well, that is perfect. Guys, I think we need to go out back.
Hey, Davi want to surprise new friends, but Davi got everybody drink.
So be here when you get back, little guy.
Oh, okay. This is good. Never mind. It's okay.
We can celebrate when we're done.
Are you old enough to drink alcohol, little one?
Davi is 16.
Oh,
Legal drinking.
I'm a
age for
whole
change.
decade older than you. Shit.
Can I roll insight
You know,
on
I started
Sure, go
training
for
when
it.
I was about your age.
That's a 15.
Is he 16?
He is.
He's telling the truth, or at the very least he thinks he is.
What's the legal drinking age for Kenku?
Depends on who you ask.
All right, fair enough. You're allowed to have it. Just don't drink it.
He's old enough to wield a weapon. He's old enough to drink something. Who cares?
I can agree to that.
Apparently everyone cares when it comes to Lazuli, so pardon me.
That's a different campaign.
She's old enough to wield a weapon.
Hey, Serac let her have some.
This is a different character. This is I'm
She
just
did, it
going
was
with what
spicy.
Edna would like.
Anyway. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna take the lead and just head out.
I was
Towards
gonna
back.
follow.
Oh, the rest of you following?
Yeah.
Let's crack some skulls.
Quinn, I'm assuming yes, but I don't want to just say for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
following the group.
So, you all head out back to where the three men are in fact standing, and they're talking to some passerby, and they're showing him what looks like a dagger, but all along are these red cracks that just don't look terribly natural and might be actual cracks in the dagger. Look, come on, buddy, it's not hard. You take the swing, it does what it needs to do, and that's that. It's a little random sometimes, but what's a little chaos in the world, huh?
Dalby is going to try and sneak up on this guy.
Duffy,
Alright. $24.
Alright, RJ's banned from rolling dice.
Do you
He
need,
hasn't rolled below a 19 all day.
do you need me still?
We're about to wrap up.
Alright, I might have to. I'll jump out early then.
Okay. He's just gonna sneak up behind this guy, and then he's gonna grab his. What is he wearing? Like a cloak or something?
He's wearing a jacket.
He's gonna grab the back of the jacket and just tug on it.
Alright, bye everybody.
Hey,
bye.
What?
Excuse me. Do you have magic belt?
No.
Do you have 1 million platinum?
I wish.
Everybody says that. I start to think that is the case. And he's gonna reach into his pouch and pull out a piece of the candy, and he's gonna gently place it in the man's hand.
Thanks. Could you scurry along? I'm trying to do some business
You
here.
better be careful with that. If you put it in your mouth, it will turn you into Ice Tiger.
Don't
Uh-huh.
mind the child, sir. We do have some questions for you, though.
By the way, they have questions for you. I also have. Well, actually, my questions haven't answered, so they have questions for you.
And this guy's gonna glance over at Cedric and then at Edma.
We can be cordial about it, or...
If you tell Davi's friends what they want to know, Davi will also be your friend. It's good deal.
Look, Davi, these aren't going to be your friends. You see, earlier, I was trying to talk to you, but you kind of disappeared on me. So I wanted to catch up with you real quickly. I heard you've got some interesting things for sale.
Say, what's that knife do?
Oh, and he's just gonna like twirl the knife against his finger. If it's business you want, let's talk business. And we're gonna end the session there for tonight.
Sounds good.
That's great.
That was fun.
Yes.
I think Duffy is one of my favorite characters of yours, I'm not gonna lie, RJ.
Davi
Okay.
is wholesome.
I love him.
Fair.
Little man.
Little man.